Hasan makes more money than me by a factor of a huge margin. You know that, right?
This could be true.
Hasan is the CEO.
This could be true, by the way.
What does that mean, this could be true? Dude, you make more money than most people in the world. You are a multi-millionaire. Probably tens of $millions to your name, and you want to still roleplay as, like, the voice of the common man, the voice of the working class. What a joke. It's just a LARP. He's LARPing for his audience, and no one is able to see through the smoke and mirrors. It's all a mirage.
No, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's not unlikely.
1%.
It's not unlikely that you're more rich than most people when you have, like I said, tens of $millions.
Can't tell you that, because if he does, then he loses the whole image.
But be more transparent with your income. Nobody needs that much. What are you doing with it? How do you support left-wing politics? Very practical with your money. First of all, I am one of the few people that literally shows you exactly what my sub count is. Okay.
Come on. Your sub count? That's not true. You're not one of the few people who does that. Anyone can see anyone's sub count. If you look up XQC sub count on Google, the first thing that will come up will show you his sub count. Dude, I'm really transparent about how much money I make because I put a little number on the screen that shows you how many subs I have. That's not private information. Everyone's sub count is public. Dude, come on. He enjoys more luxury goods than most rich people that I know, but still is grasping on to this LARP that he is a voice for the working class. You are not. You're not in any way. I've been flexed on more by Hasan than Mr. Beast. You know, there's that video of Hasan getting his 2022 Porsche out the lot. I know his chat has this meme where it's like, socialism is when no car, because, you know, sarcastically presenting the argument from the opposing side is supposed to invalidate it. But in reality, no one's saying you don't need to have a car or you don't need to have a toothbrush, but do you need the nicest car there is? Do you need the nicest house there is? Your politics say probably not, but capitalism says go for it. So in almost every single way, except personal identification, you are a capitalist. You know, life matters about action, not about what you call yourself. If you call yourself a pacifist and then you run over 10 people with your car, actions speak louder than words. If you call yourself a socialist and then buy a 2022 Porsche out the lot and a $3 million mansion in the hills, okay, I mean, you're not exactly the best socialist there is.
And the reason for that is this notion that, like, what are you doing with your money is dumb as fuck. It's the same exact reason why I don't do competitions within the community. There are people that see this as a line of attack. No matter what you do, no matter where you spend your money, no matter how you live your life, there are always detractors who use that against you as a talking point.
Okay, the reason why that happens is because you call yourself an anti-capitalist. You oppose the free market system that literally has given you everything that you have. So the irony in that is as clear as day. Do you understand? Like, there's a clip of Hasan where he is like, oh my god, Sniper Wolf has all this money, because he's reacting to a video of Sniper Wolf doing a house tour. And he's like, who needs this much money? Who needs a house this big? He's saying that as if he doesn't have a house equally as luxurious, equally as beautiful, and as expensive. His commentary on most things, it would sound to most people as if it's coming from the perspective of someone who is poor. And he does that on purpose. But like I keep saying, it is a LARP. He wakes up in the morning and pretends for however long he's streaming that his thoughts are being generated from the brain of someone who is middle class. But that's not even close to true.
And immediately people say, no, you're exploiting them. You're stealing their labor. You're a fucking piece of shit. No, you're literally stealing it. Now, the other side of this conversation is like, where could I be spending my money? It's not like I take lavish vacations for a month and then come back. I do this every single day.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, like the pure capitalist that you are. You work every day. You work hard to get your money. Irony check. But also, he's giving one example of a luxury spend that he's not engaging in. Well, I don't go on lavish vacations. Okay. It just so happens that when you have one of the nicest homes you can buy in the entire world, you don't really need to leave it. When you're living in paradise, you don't have to go to paradise. When you live in a $3 million mansion in Hollywood, you're living in vacation. You're living in lavish, okay? You don't need to leave the country. When your life is basically a vacation in every single way, when your job is streaming and you have a Porsche and you have a mansion and you have literally anything you want, you don't really need to go another place to experience true happiness. So, I don't know, man.
I literally do this every single day. Like, you see me from sun up to sun down, pretty much. So it's not like I'm, I live a secret double life where I am, blowing it all on mansions and am a slumlord secretly, low-key on the side. Like, you see me.
Well, yeah, you don't have to make money on the side when you're a multimillionaire who gets hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from streaming. This is a very bizarre point to make. It just so happens that when your primary source of income is this lucrative, you don't need to do something on the side to make more money. This point is very stupid. If anything, you're just saying that you're so successful and you're so rich that you don't need to do anything else to get more money. This doesn't prove anything.
And lastly, the reason why I don't like talking about donations overall or what I do specifically with the money overall is because, again, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. It opens you up to a line of attack in complete bad faith.
It's not bad faith. You wear designer clothing. He has like $10,000 fits, is my point. And no one's saying that you can't own clothes, but do you need the nicest clothes? No one's saying you can't own a house, but do you need the nicest house? Do you need the nicest everything? If you want to get all these nice things, it would be best to be honest about the lifestyle that you engage in, the luxurious capitalist lifestyle that you indulge in out of role-playing for socialism, because all your donations are from people that actually want reform in the system, when all you're doing is making the system stronger. When you buy a $200,000 car, the middle class did not benefit. Are you planning on sharing that car with me? Are you planning on sharing that car with one of your fans? No. So, I don't know.
You are not giving enough. Or, oh, you should be doing this with your money. Because everyone else has a different take than you, and they are correct. Ultimately, I do make a very sizable amount of money, or at least did, and for the near future am. Okay, that might change, but I also think that it's incredibly performative too. Exactly, like to be like, look at my charitable givings, look at how much I've donated.
He's saying I can't donate. He's saying I shouldn't give to charity because it looks performative. He's saying I shouldn't donate because if I donate, it'll look like I'm only donating to look good. Dude. A donation is a donation, okay? If you give $100,000 to a cancer research charity, maybe you're only doing it to look good, maybe you only want to seem optical, but at the end of the day, you still did give $100K to a cancer research charity. No one can take that away from you. No matter how much someone wants to say, well, he's only doing that to look good. Okay, but you did actually do something good. For your excuse to not give to charities because I don't want people to think I'm only doing it to look good, he's not going to do something good because he doesn't want people to think he's only doing it to look good.
Jeff Bezos is the most powerful person on this planet. He is basically a demigod. The amount of money that he has is so profound that he could, as an individual, and I rarely ever advocate for like individuals, redistributing their finances personally, and that's socialism. I've never said that.
Jeff Bezos is different. He has billions. I only have tens of millions. I can't do anything. You are still in the top 0.01% or something like that. Just because Jeff Bezos is in the top 0.00000000001% doesn't mean that you don't have insane power and leverage, okay?
And billionaires in general literally fall into a category where like their individual actions could move governments, could shift actual governments.
He's saying because he doesn't have the power to move the entire government GDP, that no donation that he could give to charity is worth it. You know, there are people who make a fraction of what you make who have done more charity work than you've ever done. It's ironic, right? Yeah, only this guy could find a way to construct an argument where donating is bad, where giving to charity is a bad thing. Unbelievable. Next up, I wanted to talk about Hasan versus Willie Mac Show. Now, Willie Mac Show is a somewhat popular commentary YouTuber who's gained a lot of popularity and traction for his videos critiquing and criticizing Hasanabi's, coverage of the news, his stolen reaction content, etc., how he literally leaves the room while someone else's video is playing to an audience of like 30,000 people. And I think this guy, I think his practices as a streamer are pretty disgusting, and I'm glad that he's been getting condemned and called out by someone like Willie Mac Show, and I highly recommend you guys watch his videos on Hasan. They're, very cogent points, very good observations, good commentary, and, they have a lot of views, so they're pretty easy to find. Just look at Willie Mac Show, Hasan. Hasan ended up having Willie Mac Show on his stream to debate, and Willie Mac Show kind of owned him, low-key, and we're gonna watch this hour-long debate between the two, because honestly, you can see how much like Hasan is kind of like a crybaby. He doesn't really defend his positions very well. He just wants to be let off the hook. It's kind of pathetic, but yeah, let's take a look at this.
On that note, here is the Willie Mac Show. What's up, Willie Mac Show?
Hey, what's up, Hasan?
Not much. So I am not very familiar with what you do, but I believe you've done a couple videos about how dog shit I am, I think, right? You want to turn on your camera, by the way?
I'm recording. I don't think I can at the same time.
Okay. All right. Well, that's unfortunate, but all right. So you
Did you watch the videos?
No, of course not. I have.
So first thing right off the bat, Hasan is debating somebody who's made several almost hour-long videos documenting Hasan's atrocity, disgusting coverage of, you know, different world events, his stolen reaction content, etc., etc. And Hasan's thorough preparation involves him taking a fat shit and just blindly going into a Discord call. Literally doesn't watch the videos, just yaps on Twitter to this guy and says, hey, come on my show. He comes on the show, and Willie is like, hey, have you, like, watched the videos where I criticize you? Hasan's like, no, man, of course not. Okay.
I have a policy of not really watching videos such as that one, specifically because it will frustrate me, and then I will have to
You want to
respond
debate
to
about
it.
a video you didn't even watch?
He's so upset. He's like, what, dude? He literally just said, I have a policy of not watching videos that frustrate me. You fucking sensitive baby. Really? That's your policy? You have a policy of not watching videos that upset you? I mean, come on, dude. What a child.
Yeah, of course. You made the video. I'm not like debating a random person about a video I didn't watch. You made the fucking video. So let's hear.
I know, but
what
that
your
kind of like
gripes
that kind of
are.
links up to like my big criticism with you. Is that you don't actually put in the bare minimum effort to research anything before you jump to conclusions. That's why your tweet when you're like, "Hey, I want to debate Willie."
Do you really consider
Just interrupts him. Hasan has it set up to where when he interrupts Willie, you can't even hear Willie talking still. Like Hasan's audio, like fucking 360 no scopes Willie's mic input, and you can't even hear what he's saying. So it's not like they're talking at the same time, and you can tune Hasan out and hear what Willie's saying. It literally, he fucking Control-Alt-Deletes all of his sound. Like you can't even hear what he's trying to say because Hasan just talks over him. Mid-sentence, Willie could be making the point of a lifetime, and like before he gets to the best part, you know, like the magnum opus of the sentence, if you will, Hasan just starts waffling, and I think he did that on purpose, bro.
watching a fucking dumbass YouTube video from a drama farming channel to be doing research? I don't need to do research
this is what you're
on a
talking
video.
about. You're going into a topic you don't know anything about.
Brother, just give me what you want to say. Give me what you want to say. The video
And his mic is turned up so much louder than Willie's.
It was about me, isn't it?
Yeah,
so fucking talk to me about what the fucking points of the video are, and let's discuss it. The fuck do you mean?
My main criticism.
Why would I have to research a video about myself? Like, oh man, I can't believe I have to.
That is such a terrible point. Why would I have to research a video on myself? Because you're debating the person who made the video about you, about the video. Hello? If you want to get informed as to what someone's criticisms are of you when you're debating them, because obviously you're interested in hearing them because you're debating him, watch the video, dude. Shouldn't be that hard. Just sit there and watch it.
I have to watch.
I have no doubt you didn't.
I have to watch a fucking dumbass talk shit.
You just gotta love his friend in the background, just smacking the vape. No idea what he's at, like what's happening. Just sitting there, one leg up on the fucking, just one leg on his other leg, smacking the vape, just gazing into the abyss, thinking like, why did I come here, bro? I could have played OG Fortnite at the crib with the boys. I'm literally hearing this brainlet waffle to an actual valid detractor
For 25 minutes and jerk off like all the fucking talking points that I've heard about myself over and over again. Incredibly stupid. Give me the fucking takes and we'll talk about it. Okay, go on.
Yeah. My take is that you have a pattern of behavior where breaking news happens. You jump to wild conclusions, talking way too confidently.
Okay,
You
give me an
demonize-
example.
cuts him off.
Who disagrees with
Example.
you.
Give me an example.
All right,
Are you going to talk
example.
about? Okay.
There was reports that Ukraine was going to be invaded by Russia. You confidently said no, it wasn't, despite all the reports. Then Russia invades, and then instead of apologizing and correcting the story, you then
Wait, I didn't apologize and correct the story?
You justify the invasion.
Wait,
right?
I didn't apologize and correct the story.
Let me finish my.
Wait, hold on.
What I'm
No,
saying,
this is
'cause
important.
This is the pattern of behavior.
Because
This is
you
what my
said
video's
you.
about.
Wait.
He goes, let me finish, and he's like, hold on, brother, you're the one interrupting. Like, are you kidding me? Dude, he made a great point, which is, this was true if you followed the Woodley Mac Hasan videos when they came out. One of the biggest things that Hasan did was during the whole Russia-Ukraine initial invasion, Hasan was basically saying that anyone claiming that Russia was invading Ukraine was like warmongering and fear-mongering and etc., and it's just not gonna happen, which is a claim you can't make because you don't know shit about anything. You're a Twitch streamer, you're not smart, you don't have any intelligence on the ground news team to give you the information information that would allow you to say that thing confidently. You're talking out of your ass. You made a ridiculous claim saying Russia would not invade Ukraine. It's like you're Putin's personal therapist or something. Like, how would you know that? Then Russia does invade Ukraine. You look, very stupid, as you would, making something, pulling that out of your ass. And Willie is in the call saying, like, yeah, not only did you do that, you also did not apologize after you were wrong. And Hasan's like, oh, let me cut you off there real quick, bud.
Hold on. You're the one who doesn't do his research, because I did apologize and I did correct the record. You just didn't fucking see it.
You kind of walked it back too.
Wait, no. I very clearly apologized for it. You didn't see that because all you do is look at fucking clip chimps.
It's in the video. It's in one of my videos.
So why did you just now bring it up as though I've never apologized?
Oh, this is so like Hasan. And then the worst part is when people call you out.
Why did you just bring that up as I never apologized then?
Doesn't let him make the point again. It's like debating someone who doesn't even want to debate. I think he just brings him on because he wants to preach to his audience who already, they worship him. They have this. I think Hasan's fans genuinely have this like demented idolatry toward him. Like they have an idolatry toward Hasan. They think Hasan is like this fucking expert in politics who can't be challenged, and he's the outsider. He's not the mainstream media. He's standing up against the oppressive regime to speak the truth, even though obviously that's not true. If he was really like a dissenting voice, I feel like he probably wouldn't be allowed a platform to 36,000 people on Twitch, a platform that bans basically any controversial opinion. But he gives like the safest opinions possible, the most politically correct opinions that are, platform friendly, and poses no real interesting information or anything that is like unique. And you're not gonna watch a Hasan video and leave with a ounce or drop of knowledge that you couldn't have adequately given to by like, any other news outlet. Like there's anything you learn from Hasan, from a Hasan stream in 15 minutes, you can learn from any other news source in about 30 seconds.
Out of context.
Why did you just say I never apologized for it when I did?
Burns, right? You claim that's all out of context.
Why did you say I never apologized? Why did you just say I never apologized?
Justify more. You then make more outrageous claims.
I'm sorry. Why did you say I never apologized if I did, and you just repeated after I said no, I did apologize. You moved the goalpost. You moved the goalpost, and you tried to fucking act like I was just backtracking.
I didn't move the goalpost, dude. This is exactly my criticism.
You did. Stop saying this is exactly my criticism. Okay, but then your criticism is fucking stupid.
Your apology is in there.
Okay,
you just didn't watch it, so you're just making shit up right now. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm going off of what you're saying.
Because you didn't watch the video, because you don't research anything, which is the whole criticism.
Why would I watch a fucking stupid video that you made when I'm talking to you, because the video is about me?
Calls the video stupid, hasn't seen the video. This is exactly what I'm talking about, when I say like Hasan has no integrity, he has no journalistic integrity. He's not even like a good content creator. Like I feel like the content that you watch when you watch Hasan like isn't, I don't know, I just feel like it's not good content. Dude, that's a whole other discussion. But in this debate, he's just cutting off Willie, not letting him make the points, just honing in on things that don't really matter. It's like, why did you shift the goalpost? He didn't shift the goalpost, bro. The point is, you never apologized after Russia invaded Ukraine for saying they weren't going to invade Ukraine, because in the video where you quote apologize, you basically gave a half-assed apology with no weight to it and went on to justify what's happening. I mean, you can go watch it for yourself. I can't, bring up the receipts in real time, but it's unimportant for the debate. You just have to know that this guy's a Weasley liar.
You said with your words that I didn't actually apologize.
You're saying
you said with your words
that I did. Is this what you're going to do? You're going to talk over me when I'm giving you the answer?
No.
I'm giving you a very straightforward answer. I did do that.
Okay.
I did cover your apology.
So you said I did apologize, but it wasn't good enough for you.
And also, how much, and this is unrelated, but dude, how much of kind of, I don't want to call him like a bad friend for this, but dude, your buddy, I'm assuming they're friends. I mean, he invited him to the crib, letting him vape in his, recording studio. Dude, your buddy's literally sitting there staring at the ground while you're talking to some guy on Discord.
What are you saying?
Like, come on. This guy looks depressed.
I showed you apology.
Dude, he's about to get up and leave. Like, his Uber's on the way. Maddie, 5 stars. Honda Civic is 15 minutes away.
For making your completely, fairly...
Like, he's out in 5 minutes if we don't wrap this up, or if you don't concede that you fucked up, which, hey.
Baseless claims, jumping to conclusions, and then you followed that up by making more baseless claims.
Dude's literally biting his fingernails.
Jumping to conclusions.
Okay, go on. What are the baseless claims that I made that I jumped to conclusions on, even though you originally said I said that Russia would never invade Ukraine,
Someone said, I bet his mic isn't even plugged in. I don't even know that thing's wired.
which is true. I did say that because I did think that it would be an unimaginably stupid decision for Russia, okay, which I claimed would be impossible to occupy Ukraine, a country with 44 million people whose entire national independence movement has revolved around literally trying to escape from Russia for the most part, regardless of the Russian-speaking population in the Eastern Front.
Notice how this has nothing to do with what Willie Mack is criticizing him for.
Okay. Having said that,
I mean,
however,
this has nothing to do with what I said.
Yeah, did I just say that? I swear. I only watched parts of this before pulling it up now. Dude, my fucking prediction is I'm on point. I see it as it happens, and then Willie says it.
This is all just random nonsense.
yeah, because you're a fucking scumlord drama farmer. Of course it doesn't have anything to do with anything. Because the specifics don't matter to you.
The specifics do matter.
Well, if they do, then when I describe...
All right, here, I got another one. Let's do this one, too.
There's an entire YouTube video called I Was Wrong About Ukraine. Like, there's literally...
and in that same video, you make more claims about...
Like what?
If I remember, I mean, this is a year ago I made this video.
Go ahead.
I'm guessing
Like what?
you didn't watch that either.
Like what? Of course I didn't watch it.
So
Why would
can
I
we
watch a
watch it
fucking
on stream?
drama
'Cause I
farmer who
gotta
has
go
no
find it
understanding
now.
of geopolitical conflict?
Oh, geopolitical conflict. Why would I watch a drama for who's not understanding of geopolitical conflict? Because what he does have a understanding of is how you manipulate your audience and are a dishonest journalist. That's what you do. You could say you're a streamer or whatever, and you can say that you don't have to be a journalist with integrity because you're a streamer. But if you don't have integrity, and if you're saying you don't have to, people who see your news coverage are going to report on the fact that you have no integrity. Like, you can't say, Russia's not invading Ukraine, guys. I know. Source, trust me, bro. And then it happens, and then you backpedal, and then you fucking, It's basically like, but I'm, it's like, dude, you're not a fucking expert, you know?
You're the one who asked for this debate, and now you're all confused and butthurt that you're getting fucked up in it. Like, I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry. You fucking brainlet. Give me what the fucking inconsistency was. You made the video. You made the video. Give me the inconsistency or what you consider to be false information. Are you having a hard time without a script or without people fucking feeding you clips that you can post?
Pretty good, bro. Nobody's fed me anything.
Dude,
I
you're
got all the
killing
clips.
it. You're killing it, dog. Come on, go ahead. What's the second point? What is the lie that I told about Ukraine?
It's not a lie. It's just you made more claims. You made more basic.
Like what?
Claims.
What is the claim?
I gotta go pull it up in the video because you didn't.
You didn't prepare for your own
anything.
fucking. You didn't prepare where you were literally coming on here to talk about not Israel Palestine, mind you, but about Ukraine, and you didn't even fucking prepare with talking points.
I'll talk
really?
to you about Israel Palestine. That'll be the next point. It's you doing the same thing again. Well, dude, how do you impromptu ask me to a debate this minute? If I had a day to prepare, I would have.
His friend's like, don't worry about it. I'm loving this. He's not loving this at all. He wants to leave. He wants to spend time with his buddy, and his buddy's on a Discord call.
Have everything, but you didn't. You just completely you blew this whole
your
thing up,
video.
so
it's your video about me. These should be so simple for you to be like, this is where you lied. Just say it. We already established that the first thing you did was wrong.
All right, you got to give me a minute.
Okay. Are you trying to link me your video? I'm not going to watch your video. Just say it with your mouth, with your words. Go ahead.
I have to watch my video to see what my receipt is because this is a year old. Right? I didn't know where this
You don't even know your own video? You don't know the contents of your...
Dude, his video's like an hour long, and it's from 2022. He's not gonna remember some specific thing he said, and like, it's really not that funny. Ask Hasan to say what he said in any one of his videos from a year ago. He couldn't. No one could do that. That's like that's not a possible task. No human brain is equipped with the memory capabilities to recall a specific fucking timestamp quote from a video they published a year ago. Like, you know what can do that? Like a fucking supercomputer. I can't do that. He can't do that. Vape guy over here can't do that. I'm sorry, it's just not a reasonable standard.
Your own fucking video?
I made it a year ago, bro.
You think you're doing a good job right now? Do you think you're doing a good job right now defending your position? Like, it's such a profound position.
You're doing
it's such a profound position that you don't even fucking remember your own talking points. Oh my lord.
Dude, I'm trying to find your talking point.
This is the
your talking point.
I know. My talking points that you claim are wrong should be, in the chamber for you to fire off. You came on.
They are. They're in the video about you that has almost 1 million views that you should have watched by now. I mean, you're having this guy on your show, could have stolen his content, like you always do. Could have just stolen his content and gone on to talk to him afterward, at least knowing somewhat what was going to happen in the debate.
Here because you thought, let's have a conversation about these fucking videos that I've made.
Do instantly right now. Right when I was out.
Stop complaining. Give me the talking points. Come on.
No, look at
Stop.
you shift the goalpost around.
Stop complaining. Tell me what it was. Stop bitching. Tell me what it fucking was. You started the conversation by talking about Ukraine. Why did you bring up Ukraine if you weren't fucking ready to talk about it? Your first point that you brought up was that I never apologized for it. I debunked it within fucking seconds.
Listed out. And all the receipts right here, but you said get on now, Willie No Show.
Okay, go ahead. Come on, Willie No Show. Come on. What's the second talking point?
Yelling in my ear while I'm pulling up the receipt.
Willie No Show. Give me the second talking point. If you're not this fucking passionate about the subject, then you're basically admitting that you're a fucking bottom-feeding drama farmer who has no interest in.
Like you're just gonna look retarded because I'm gonna pull it up in my when I'm making my video.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Stop complaining about it after.
You're done.
Go ahead. I'm here. All right.
Oh, look at his chat. They're like,
right now,
word.
if you are
R-word. Look. Oh, scared turtle.
Interested in truth and research or whatever.
Unreal.
You have this wonderful opportunity. You have this wonderful opportunity to ask me personally.
Willie No Script. Dude, you should have just watched his video.
I'll pull it up. I'm trying to listen, but I'm hearing you twice. Once from my video and once from you just bitching in my ear.
Oh my God!
So you gotta wait. Yeah, that's how research
This is the greatest. This is the greatest brain power we got, folks.
You want me to just move on from this?
All right, I'm muting myself. I'm muting myself. Go ahead, watch your video, and then you can come back. Okay.
Hasan turning up his mic so he can talk over and interrupt more effectively. Literally.
Holy moly, dude! Jeez, Lord mercy. I muted myself. He can't hear me, so he can find his own talking points in his own fucking videos. Jesus Christ, dude!
I didn't even get to any of my moderator questions.
I know. Every time Felix is here, we gotta do a fucking. We have to have the conversations like this. It just has to happen.
Oh, this guy's sad. He didn't even get to ask his question.
I love that he's like, I don't remember.
Oh, he talks over his own friend.
Talking points. I have to watch my own YouTube video.
And he's back to being a silent watcher. This guy's totally cucked in this conversation.
Like no show.
This guy has no capital when it comes to being able to talk in this conversation.
You said, people. You said, let me watch this one more time.
Baby's first words.
It was in your video. I was wrong about Ukraine. And you said people are acting like Kiev's getting bombed, like that would never happen. And then it's literally did happen.
Okay.
So you're just
okay, Ed, you were wrong.
Making more base. You're making your apology video about being wrong and making baseless claims that you know nothing about.
This is your take.
Acheeto's making himself look like a fool, not gonna lie. All right, so Chatter, my friend, the guy who wrote that, Obsessive, can you go on to explain what I've said or what I'm doing to make myself look like a fool? Also, this guy looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. That vape looks like he's like breathing fucking fire. Not promoting vapes, but this looks pretty cool. I won't lie.
Wrong. It's a pattern of behavior.
This is your take from February 22nd, 2022.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was
again. You've done it since then.
I've done it since then. People are acting like Kiev's getting bombed. It did happen. You're right about that.
Did, and you said it would.
So you just go on to say, nah? Yeah, good work. Pack it up, buddy. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
So
do you think that I didn't cover? Wait, hold on. Do you think that I didn't cover Kiev getting bombed? Like I hid that or something?
No, you did, but it's your accusations.
It doesn't matter whether or not you talk about something. It matters about the baseless claims you make about things. If you say, this will not happen, and you're a guy that people watch for news, and then it does happen, and you're wrong, there is a level of accountability you need to take to be an honest, be an honest person, and you're just not taking those steps.
Saying it doesn't. Saying it won't happen. There's no way it'll happen.
Yeah. Do you think that bombing Kiev
it just makes you look like an idiot.
Specifically, it was what Russia did. Do you think that was a good thing for Russia to do?
I didn't say.
Do you think that it was a? Do you have any genuine
you
opinions?
Don't think it was a good thing.
Do you have any genuine opinions about?
Yeah, my opinion
Russia's
is that was
involvement
bad.
In the Ukraine?
My opinion on that is that you shouldn't be talking about shit.
Brother, hold up. We're having a conversation about Ukraine and Russia. We're having a conversation about Ukraine and Russia, and I'm asking you a specific question. I'm asking you a specific question.
My conversation's about you, because my videos are about you and your pattern of behavior and your poor reporting, and now you're trying to shift it all these other ways because you know you can't face the truth.
Russia
suck at.
had
He's trying to find a political opinion from Willie so he can attack that political opinion in front of his audience who are like, far left extremists. So he can like condemn this guy for his politics rather than, play the victim or whatever he's trying to do with Willie coming after him, I did apologize. You're wrong. It's like, well, okay. But you've also been fucking terrible at covering a lot of different things that he's going on to explain,
Russia had not bombed Kiev at the time. That's number one. Number two, of course, as soon as that did happen, I covered it. Of course I did. Because that's what I'm doing.
The criticism isn't that you didn't cover it. The criticism is that you're making baseless claims you don't know anything about, talking so confidently, as if you got a whole fucking research team behind you. When you don't, you're talking out your ass. This is the
brother. Do you have a whole research team behind you? Because you're not
me. I actually did research just now, and you could barely be patient enough to sit there and listen through it. You had to go ahead and
it's a video. You made a video a year ago about me talking about like my opinion on Russia and Ukraine. You personally do not have an opinion on Russia or Ukraine at all. I have taken accountability on my. I've taken accountability on the things that I've reported wrong.
You should do the research. If I'm not willing to,
I have taken accountability on the things that I have reported wrong on.
Someone said I've counted 54 blows to the vape. Oh my god, dude! Can you blame him though? At a certain point, you just gotta like hit that thing and ignore what you're listening to. You gotta just tap the vape and just focus on yourself.
Wars when you can't do the
Willie No Script. Listen to me. I've taken accountability on the things that I have said that are incorrect. Of course, on the editorial perspective, on the editorial side of my coverage, on the editorial side of my coverage, if I make a prediction or a speculation, it can sometimes be wrong. That speculation is always going to be.
I feel like it's not responsible to just speculate, oh, this person's gonna bomb this person's gonna fucking kill this person. Like I feel like that's not good when you're a streamer and you have no way of like, basing these claims off of anything other than like what you see on Twitter, Like this guy, his speculations are done through thorough Twitter investigations. I mean, you can speculate, personally, sure, but then to go on and label these speculations as like fact and to say them with your chest out to your impressionable audience, I feel like is not good or responsible.
On foundational analysis that is solid.
I got another one too. Hey, I got just more examples.
Do you have an issue with do you have an issue with my analysis of the situation? Blows. Because I can't possibly do research on things that haven't happened yet. I can simply speculate.
Just make it up.
And this entire do you think when I say, guys, I don't think that Russia will bomb Kyiv is actually in your opinion, like me making up something, or do you think it's speculation?
No, the clip is actually you talking really condescendingly about people who think that could happen. That's the clip.
Okay, but you're, okay. You don't. Yeah, so is this all just tone policing? Is that what it is?
You're talking about?
Is this all? So all of this is just you personally tone policing the way I'm covering the fucking news? No, it's not tone policing.
It's about your.
Do you have any genuine interest or any curiosity in like Russia and Ukraine at all, or is all you do fucking drama farming off of clips? Because over the course of this entire conflict, I've dedicated tens or hundreds of hours into my coverage, and the analysis in and of itself comes from a solid foundation. Now, the predictions might...
What is the solid foundation, though? Like, I'd be so curious to see Hasan's, like, staffed news on-the-ground team that he has, that he pays and he contracts, and he gets his news straight from the source. Like, I'd love to see that solid foundation he's talking about. I hope it's definitely not just some tabloids that he follows on Twitter that don't distill any useful information at all, and that he just reads them in an echo chamber. Guys who have motivations to post the way they post, and they're basically just tabloid propagandists. I'm sure he would never get his news from there.
Be wrong, and it certainly was, which is something that I took accountability for, even though you said I had not. So here's my question to you.
You then just did the same mistake again. You did the same criticism again.
Did you look into, what sources I was looking at?
The guy in the back is feeling skibbity right now.
I was getting this opinion from.
Yeah, because there were sources
beyond just like looking at YouTube clips and regurgitating talking points, specifically that you've heard from other like
regurgitating talking points. That's like all he does though, from his fucking Twitter.
Liberal commentators and whatsoever. Neoliberal commentators is the same fucking 5 clips that you are going to present here.
Those guys like 33, by the way.
And tone police behind this. Is this what you're crying about right now? Is this why you keep saying random shit?
Does it sound like I'm?
Yeah, it does. You just said, it does. You're talking about stuff that doesn't matter.
Brother,
you're trying to shift the goalpost away from the criticism, which is your poor reporting.
57.
You bring me on to debate, you let me pick the debate topic, and now you won't engage. It's
Okay.
incredibly frustrating.
I am trying to engage with you. I am trying to engage with you. I'm trying to engage with you.
Hassan's friend is dying, bro.
I'm trying to engage with you in good faith as best as I possibly can. And all you've done so far is go through your YouTube video to be like, well, you said Kiev wasn't being bombed, and actually it wasn't at the time, but then it got bombed afterwards. Listen, let me finish. Okay, I'm going to mute you if you don't let me finish. Okay?
Go for it.
You said Kiev wasn't being bombed. At the time, it wasn't. Okay? And then you said, okay, well, guess what? Guess what, dude? Your tone was off. Okay, well, my tone was off. You don't like
it. Chat saying, don't do it, buddy. Look, he spent like the past 10 seconds thinking about hitting the vape. Like, he's staring at it. He's playing with it a little bit. Oh, uh-oh, he's winding it up. He switches to the left hand, or the right hand. He's preparing right to the lips. Thinks about it. Thinks, it tastes good. It's blueberry ice. I like blueberry ice. I shouldn't, but I want it. I want it. Oh, God. Oh, I said I was gonna quit. I really shouldn't do it, should I? Oh, God, but this conversation's so insufferable. I can't do this. I love this. Why did I even buy this if I'm not gonna hit it? I should hit it, right? I should.
Since you're just talking in circles on this, can I just go to the next one?
I'm not talking in circles on this whatsoever, but go ahead. Let's
no!
The next one.
But for the
holy shit!
You said
the next.
Boom. Hold up. Holy shit, dude's the fucking emoji. Dude's the emoji. The literal emoji. Everyone put the emoji in chat.
But for the record, I am not clairvoyant. I cannot predict the future. I cannot predict the future.
No, I know.
I just want to point that out.
It's you talking on breaking news, like you know what the fuck's gonna happen and you don't.
You guys got the emoji.
Talking completely out of line. So,
wait,
all right,
hold up.
Can I just go to the next point?
Hold up. My speculation on what may happen, okay, in the future is not always going to be correct. Everybody understands this.
It's usually wrong, yeah.
It's usually wrong. The only example you brought over.
You said the CIA is why Iran bombed the U.S. base, bro.
Do you know how many? Do you know how many hours?
Protesters are
do you
taking
know
down
how many hours?
Of Israelis is because it's a psyop to make Palestinians look bad.
Wait, hold on. What base are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about with the Iranian thing. What?
Iran struck a U.S. base. And then you said it's the CIA. No shot. It's the CIA. Complete because you were like, oh, there's a nuclear deal. Why would Iran do that? No way. No shot. 100% confidence. Iran then takes credit for it, and then you cope, mauled, and seethe to your audience.
All right, let's see the response, dude. He has him kind of dead to rights. I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one, bro. You're in a corner right now. You're kind of dead to rights on that one.
I know.
You claim the CIA did this, and Iran takes credit for it?
You don't know, because you use so much bullshit all the time, you can't even remember what
perhaps the reason for why you are maybe the reason why I'm confused and the reason why you're a little bit confused on this is because in every single circumstance, that every single thing that you've brought up, there's almost always a
I can smell this guy's
correction that comes after the fact.
Oh, you fucker. Don't let him get away with this one.
Hand, do not see the correction, or you, on the other hand, see the 30 second to 2 minute videos, which is enough for you to try and develop a consistent narrative.
This is from your whole live stream, by the way. I'm watching everything in context. This is cope from you saying that this is out of context. It's the same shit Andrew Tate does and the Red Pillars do to me, claiming everything's out of context when it's not. That was your opinion at the time. You said those words. They came out of your own mouth.
Cut him off. Hit him with the brother.
Can I something? Can I ask you something?
Oh, you're done. You're choking. He's choking. He's scared. You have nothing.
Can I ask you something?
No. You're done.
Really quickly?
Dude, you gotta go and find a fucking little, go upstairs, close the door, and hit the fucking 25 mini shield pot, bro. Your overshield's been cracked. You don't have a med kit. There's no way up. You can literally hear Willie Mack coming up the stairs with a golden tactical shotgun. And you're literally in the bedroom right now. You have to pop the mini. There's no time for the chug jug. You just gotta think of something quick. A quick mini. Maybe you can get out of the house. Maybe you can run away. Hit the porta teleport and hide. But bro, I just don't think it's happening. He's literally coming upstairs with the tac shotgun. We hear him. He has the John Wick skin equipped. He's not playing around. And I don't know, bro. You gotta, like, it's bad. You're kind of in a situation where it's about to be back to the lobby.
This is important for you.
Oh, it's important
for you to comprehend.
I'm sure.
Do you think that over the course of thousands of hours of
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. He's saying the same shit over and over again.
coverage,
Hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, okay.
especially when something is like being immediately brought to my attention, immediately brought to my attention, which I don't even know what you're talking about, but
Yeah, I know.
Really, I don't remember what you're talking about. But over the course of thousands of hours of coverage, when I, for example, read something in the chat and respond to it, do you think that this is like reporting, or do you think that I'm giving like immediate commentary?
Breaking news you cover. This isn't a random chat comment. This is breaking news that's happening.
Okay.
He's on the phone now.
I think what most people,
that.
you should do what most people do and
What
wait
is-
for the story to be out there before you start spurging out,
Okay.
making wild accusations. Here, can I go to the next one?
You need to limit.
That's it. That's done. We just watched it. He hits him for the 200 pump. You're done. The shield could not save him from the effortless mouse one click to the dome piece that was just delivered by Willie Mack Show. Brother, you're done, okay? He had you scrambling for words. Hours and hours and hours and hours. Okay. You're fucking buffering there, sitting there with a loading screen on his forehead. It's over. Okay, you're back to the lobby. Go equip a new skin, a new glider. Maybe check out the store, see what skins they're offering today. Drop some V-Bucks in there, and yeah, I don't know, reconsider.
Your TOS worthy takes here. This isn't fucking YouTube
What is,
or whatever.
what is my
whatever you're
TO? What
talking about.
TOS did I break?
You can't use unfortunately, I know, and I used to do this in the past as well. You can't use ableist language, but go on.
Oh, like the R word. I got you. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad that you're
So,
a fan, though.
He's a fan, guys. If you criticize me, you're just a fan.
Well, yeah. I don't.
Thank you
You know,
for- thank you for watching.
this is both. This is your job. I don't want to
Okay.
ruin that. So for instance, like the missile hit the Gosnell hospital, both sides blamed each other. That's the breaking news, right? And
Yeah.
instead of waiting for more information, you jump to
He got the vape back out.
conclusion saying
He's hitting the vape again. We're at 64.
was 100.
He's got a Minecraft stack of vape rips, dude. Do you think he's hitting triple digits? Anyway, sorry, I don't want to focus on this. All right, this is important. Listen.
That's the breaking news, right? And
Yeah.
instead of waiting for more information, you jump to conclusions saying it was 100% Israel. 100%.
Okay.
You were so
Good-
confident.
good
You were
point.
demeaning all the
Good
chatters.
point. Good point.
This guy sees a bombing take place and he just knows. He's got a fucking itching suspicion that it's from this team or this team, and Hasan knows, okay? I don't even want to get into like the actual politics of like, you know, whatever the conflict, but I feel like if you're Hasan, you should not be able to feel comfortable speaking so confidently on who's doing this and who's doing that, and you just know because, oh, you're just fucking, like, you're the GOAT. He's just goated with the information, okay? We got a donation here. Rose with the $5. Thank you, says Hasan's beating around the bush. True.
Can I ask you a
Can I
question?
go through the whole thing before you go?
No. Hold
Before
on.
we
This
get
is
off
important.
topic
This is
and derail.
important. No, we're not jumping. We're talking about this. Okay? We're
Okay.
talking about this specific thing. Finally, now we're talking about Israel and Palestine. When I said that, I didn't just go, oh, I have no other opinion on this matter. I simply think Israel definitely did this because I want Israel to have definitely done this. The reason why I said this, and you do this regularly, okay? When I say something on this stream, okay, oftentimes, especially if it's
Did you
a
watch the
developing
video?
story,
Like, how do you know I say this stuff?
especially if it's a developing story, when I say something on an issue that is happening, I look to all of the circumstantial evidence on the matter, and I look to everything else that is going on thus far. Now, we're two adult individuals here. Do you think it is unfair to say Israel blew up the hospital, like Israel bombed the hospital?
I think when there's a claim like that, you wait for information, right? I mean, there's
Okay.
a million things.
The information is that there
Can I
was.
respond? There's
You
a
said-
million things
okay.
to criticize the IDF for that's right out there, right? You know this. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen you do it all day on stream. You get them on shit that they 100% deserve. But when there's something like that, and instead of waiting for reports, while the report is literally Israel and Hamas blame each other, right? You don't know what the story is. You don't
Okay.
know if they did it or not. and you
This guy's on 69 vape rips.
say 100%, they 100% did it. That's a huge disaster, bro. That's like
At that point, first of all, who do you think blew up the
I don't want to get into like the specific conflict, but he just goes on and on and on. And we'll just cut to, maybe toward the end here. Sorry guys, let's just I know there's a variable for how much vape we missed from there to here. Let's just double what he already had. I think that's fair.
Okay, so we agree. All right, got it. Thank you.
I know the criticism is.
Yo, thank you, Trollender, for becoming a VIP. I very much appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. Seriously, thank you.
You're reporting. It's not that, bro.
Yeah, got it. You care more about.
I
You
care about
the
doing a
truth
good
in
job because
journalism.
you
Okay, got it.
dude,
I'm glad
you're
we agree on it at
radicalizing
least.
people when you're
I'm
wrong.
glad we agree on it.
You
I'm glad we agree on
radicalize
it.
people when
Okay,
you're
move on. Next point.
Are you just gonna should I now bring up the next point?
I don't know what the fucking points are. Go ahead.
Or are you gonna go on more about irrelevant?
And here, by the way, for if you don't know, we do have an automatic Fossabot timer usually for breaking news, especially when it comes to mass shootings, which includes the main mass shooting, which you claimed I was covering immediately or whatever.
Yeah, you
was the
covered
title.
the same day, didn't you?
I don't remember if I did, but if I did, it was specifically just the police. It was probably just whatever the police testimony was at the time. But here is the Fossabot from that day for the record. Get automatically timing out someone who is trying to bring this up.
So
anyway,
your chat's not allowed to talk about it, but you talk about it.
No, chat is talking about it so
bro.
I can actually talk about it myself.
Anyway, I don't want to stress this, but you get the idea, man. Hasan, not good, bro. Hasan Piker has very quickly become my newest cow. I will be milking him for views, money, and exposure because I'm the good little capitalist boy that he doesn't want to admit that he is, because he does the same thing. He milks current events, news, ongoing wars, internet drama, etc. for his own gain, so why can't I just use him for the same ends? We're the same person, Hasan, except I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a capitalist. I'm not afraid to admit that I want money and subscribers. The only time Hasan admitted that he liked money was when he said that he enjoys it because it helps his community or something.
He only bought the car because he wanted his community to have fun. He didn't actually want it.
Bro, this is why I do this stuff, okay? This is why I was like, I might not even buy this car in the end if it's too much of a hassle. But I literally do this for that.
Yeah, he spent 150 grand on a car so Austin Ox can make a 30-second video.
No, literally, yeah, so we can all have fun.
That's how good he has it, baby.
So, no, I mean, I'm not even kidding, yeah, so my community can have fun,
Alright, bro. Hey, if they're gonna believe the narrative, then by all means, go with that. Anyway, a few things I want to talk about today involving my new cow. So, first things first, he has this pinned tweet that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I just never had a reason to bring this up, but I want to talk about it now. So on Twitter, his pinned tweet is a message to his haters. Now, honestly, the hood calls me a hater. I may as well adapt the label. I don't like you, Hasan, so sure, I'll fit the definition. Now, his message to his haters is this video. So, let's watch the video, right?
Siktir lan. You like that? Ha siktir lan. Ha siktir git lan. Siktir git lan amına kodum. Ha siktir lan amına kodum. Ha siktir lan. Anyway.
Does he want me to translate his diss on me? He's speaking, I think he's Turkish, to me, saying he has a message for me. Bro, I don't know what you're saying. He's like, Hasik, what does that even mean? I don't want to say that if I don't know what it means. What does he mean? He's calling me a lesbian or something? What is he saying? Oh my god, yo, we got someone who dubbed this in English. Alright, let's hear this in English, please.
Fuck it. You like that? Damn it. Hurry, go away. Fuck off. Damn. Damn you damn. Damn it. Anyway.
Yo, what is that? Okay, bro. Hurry, go away. Okay. I almost feel bad. That is so, dude, the AI voice did him so dirty. Please leave me alone. I'm dead, bro. Hasan, they did you dirty with that, bro. That is definitely an interesting method, though. I've never seen someone send a message to their haters that their haters can't comprehend. Isn't the point to get into your enemy's head and say something deeply offensive that's gonna tear them apart mentally, not something that they just interpret as gibberish. Like, bro, I heard that and I was like, okay, like, what do you... Like, I don't know what you're saying, dude. Especially because, like, your haters are probably not going to be the ones that share a common language with you. Like, the ones who understood that, who were literally told, like, off, they're the ones who can understand it because they're Turkish. And they probably like you if they're Turkish and they watch you. So, what I don't... That's such a that's like a bizarre way to hate on your haters. You know, like a weird comeback. It's like doing a diss track on someone in a language they don't speak. Like, that you know, like, what? Like, imagine I wrote a diss track on Hasan in Chinese. Would he, like, he wouldn't even be able to understand the hardest hitting lines. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is something that I briefly discussed at the end of my last video, which is that Hasan took an hour out of his stream to defend Pokemon's overpriced cookies. Now, I know everyone's so sick of hearing about these cookies. Oh, Pokemon's cookies. Okay, whatever, I get it. To be honest, the reason I'm bringing this up is not because of the cookies themselves, but rather Hasan's reaction to Pokemon's cookies is like such a weird response from someone who is constantly critical of the ruling class, the CEO class, business owners, and stuff like that. But when it's his friend doing it, it's basically a rules for thee, not for me sort of thing. He's of the believer that there is no ethical consumption under capitalism, but defends the hell out of a woman who's doing the most capitalist thing possible, starting a business. Now, what Hasan's fans will often say is like, you can critique capitalism while still existing underneath it, which I understand, but I think there's a middle ground between like being critical of capitalism while being allowed to exist in it, and being critical of capitalism while living the most capitalist lifestyle humanly possible. This guy's a walking contradiction.
Charging a lot of money for it, and she's hypocritically calling her audience broke for not buying it. It is a slam dunk case. How could you possibly screw up covering this story? Well, Hasan finds a way. Charlie made a video saying pretty much the exact same thing I told you, and Hasan, while reacting to it, implied that you would only have that opinion because she's a woman. But first, of course, he has to leave while the video is still playing.
I know everyone has given this guy crap, myself included, for leaving other people's content playing in front of his stream of like 30,000 plus people as he goes to take a leak. But the more I think about it, the more I think it's a blessing in disguise. Like, sure, he's not transforming content at all and is basically like stealing, but when he's out of the room, you can finally unmute this stream. You're not gonna hear him string together one of the worst takes possible because he's not even there to do it. He's in this bathroom. You're safe now. You're safe. Unmute the stream.
A chance that you have... My brain is scrambled. What happened?
So after missing all the context of Charlie's video, he comes back and says this. When Pokey calls everyone broke.
The big mistake here is that she thought that she could be a woman online and then also come across as not super serious in this very important moment. Even if you're fucking joking, even if you're fucking making a meme like, oh, broke boys or whatever, one that I've made a million times over. Tensions are high. People are looking for drama. They're going to fucking cut this as though you are 100% genuine and you're going, yeah, you're poor shaming.
She's not joking. She's unironically mad that people have a problem with the price tag.
The thing that I also don't understand is that Hasan's audience mainly consists of self-identified socialists, people that don't like capitalism at the very least. How are they okay with being taken for idiots like this? Pokimane charged you $32 for cookies that are $10 and then called you broke for not being able to afford it, and you're fine with that? Like, these are the people who want to abolish capitalism or at least, you know, radically reform it. And they're sitting there letting a multi-millionaire defend another multi-millionaire for selling overpriced cookies and then calling people who can't afford it broke? These are the socialists of the future? I mean, come on, at least be a little consistent. The thing is, too, if it was someone who actually was very capitalist in their behavior who did the cookies thing, like Mr. Beast, if Mr. Beast cookies were $32 and then he called his audience broke for not being able to afford it, oh my god, can you imagine the outrage there would be? I mean, obviously, people are mad at Pokemon. I'm not saying there's no outrage here, but with Mr. Beast, there would be Armageddon. There'd be riots in the street. Hasan would make no excuses for this type of behavior. None. Not nearly as much as he is for Pokimane for doing the same exact thing. That's what I'm saying. It all goes back to the rules for thee, not for me. He can call his audience broke. He can poor shame his audience, whatever. But if you're like, you know, not critical of capitalism, no, you can't do that. No. no, you don't understand. You know, it's a meme that I make because I'm actually very progressive, but it's like, dude, you're doing the same exact thing. I feel like it doesn't matter how critical you are of capitalism. Like when you're a multimillionaire and you poor shame, it just hits harder than if you're not a multimillionaire and you poor shame. It's like if you're at the bottom and, you know, shaming other people at the bottom, it's like, okay, it maybe hurts, but not as bad as it does from someone from the top poor shaming someone at the bottom, you know? Like, doesn't this guy have a shirt that says eat the rich? If that happens, bro, you're on the menu. You're the appetizer and the entree. Okay, to be fair, it doesn't say eat the rich, it just says make the rich pay, which, you know, that's crazy because this guy accepts donations. Like, this is a guy who says make the rich pay, but instead is having people pay the rich. Unbelievable. How does he get away with it? He literally is accepting donations from people watching his stream and has the audacity to claim that the rich should pay. They're paying you for nothing. You're sitting there leaving your room as other people's content plays and people are paying you for it, making you even richer. Now, the silver lining to this all is that it does seem that he at least is not getting as many views as videos that are criticizing him, which is W. I mean, my video that I did on him has more views than his past, 8 videos, so hold this L for me. You got ratioed by a literal nobody, so, you know, enjoy that. And it's not just me, I probably wouldn't even be making this video if it wasn't for Willie Mac's show and all of his amazing videos documenting every single one of Hasan's horrible practices and what he does. So if you haven't, I'm sure all of you have, so if you haven't checked out Willie Mac's show, please go and check out his channel and check out his videos on Hasan. They're probably a lot better than mine if we're just keeping it honest. I'm just talking over CSGO gameplay, but he actually makes like very good points.
Her own community has brought up valid concerns about the cookie gate and the cookie prices, and she's yelling at them is silly. That's not what happened.
Then what happened?
I don't even know what happened, but I know that's not what happened.
Cool. On the ground journalist Hasan Piker at work. This is the same criticism I brought up to Hasan in our debate.
You not watching my videos is the same level of reporting that you give Israel and Gaza. It's the same level of reporting that you give Ukraine.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you think
minimum effort in. And just
you are revealing, revealing how stupid you are by claiming that watching a fucking YouTube video is the same as like reading news reports and talking to on-the-ground journalists and forensic analysts.
No, I'm not. I'm saying you won't even do the bare minimum and you won't even do it for a drama video.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
If Hasan can't accurately navigate a simple and straightforward drama about cookies, do you think he's capable of navigating these complex geopolitical issues? No, of course not. He's making stuff up all the same.
It's very well structured. Tell him Acheeto sent you. Bad takes, internet drama, losing debates, getting kicked out of podcasts, all things that have happened to Hasan Piker recently, as his career does seem to be in a bit of a rough spot right now. As Keemstar puts it on Twitter, Hasan Piker over the last 30 days was kicked off his podcast, got exposed for spreading fake news and getting mainstream news stories completely wrong. He lost a debate that he begged for against a drama YouTuber, Willie Mac's show, which I covered, and he defended Pokemon's overpriced cookies and got bodied for it. Now, I want to talk about each of the things listed here in this tweet because each one of them is honestly worth its own video, but Keem luckily put them all right here for me so I can kind of break it up into one video. So we'll do some cool like transition slides and we'll talk about all this stuff. Also, you guys like my shirt? I think it's cool. I just got this. But yeah, so the first thing is Hasan Piker was kicked off his podcast. Now, I don't know how true it was that he was kicked off. That might be some Keemstar tabloid put in there like, oh, he was brutally kicked off his podcast. I don't know if that's true, but I do know the podcast that he had with Ethan Klein, Leftovers, which is a nightmare blunt rotation. Like, I don't know if there's people that I would want to hang out with less than those two, Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker, let alone have a podcast that I have to watch of them. It's like, I'll pass. Double it and give it to the next person, okay? Just take it away, move, go. But it is true that Hasan and Ethan Klein are no longer doing their Leftovers podcast together, and I'm gonna pull up a clip for that real quick.
People are saying rip Leftovers. Yeah, probably. Just to be honest.
We could just call it Leftovers.
Oh, that's so good. Wouldn't that be f***ed up if I was like, Leftovers is coming back?
That is right. Don't do that.
We were talking about the idea of making a cooking show. It is probably over. Just to, I guess, put it out there. People want to know. And again, I said this on the members, but I want to emphasize that me and Hasan are still friends, and this has nothing to do with Hasan.
So as you just saw from the clip, Ethan's basically saying that the podcast is done because they were talking about some more sensitive events. For some reason, these two decided to make an entire episode on the Israel-Palestine conflict, which I don't... Why would you talk about that? I understand that it's like an interesting thing, and it is real news, and Hasan does kind of cover that, but I just... Like, why would these people think that they have the credentials to confidently speak on like ongoing global affairs? I mean, dude, that's a recipe for disaster. And on top of that, they were going back and forth during these podcasts, arguing with each other, and people were saying like, are you guys cool? Like, the audience was feeling this secondhand embarrassment, this secondhand awkwardness, witnessing their dynamic. And Ethan saying they're still friends, that's plausible, but I don't understand, like, it's from the viewer's perspective of someone who would watch this podcast, there was a very clear tension on the show. And Hasan, frankly, was benefiting heavily from being on the podcast. Obviously, he gets a lot of views on his Twitch, and did he need this podcast for his numbers to be up? No. But the Leftovers podcast was the bridge from Ethan's audience to Hasan's audience, and there definitely was some new overlap and some new fans for Hasan that came from this podcast, and it's over now. Now, the second thing on this list here is that he got exposed for spreading fake news and getting mainstream news stories completely wrong. This I talked about in my last video on Hasan, where the whole Willie Mac show video exposed his entire, I don't even know what you'd call it, like botchery of current events, of ongoing stories, his shit reporting, etc. This is not something I feel like I need to bring up examples for, but rather one that honestly kind of goes without saying. If you want a clip of this, I guess why I just put in a clip of one of the Willie Mac show videos where Hasan is blatantly spreading misinformation.
On Twitter, a video went viral, 8 million views, showing a Palestinian kid get yelled at by Israeli police. The tweet was captioned, Ahmad was kidnapped 8 years ago when he was only 13 years old. This leaked video shows Israeli officers interrogating him. This is how Israelis treat Palestinian children. Israel kidnapped over 880 Palestinian children in 2023 only. Hasan would immediately quote tweet this saying, indefensible monsters, getting another 5 million views and over 75,000 likes. Now Hasan just made it seem like Israel kidnapped this kid for no reason. They're monsters. But if you just take 2 seconds and Google his name, you'll see that he was running around holding knives with his 15-year-old cousin. His cousin stabbed a 13-year-old Israeli boy and another 21-year-old before getting shot by a dude he also tried to stab.
And the number 3 is off of the same thing, the Willie Mac show thing, where he lost a debate that he begged for against a drama YouTuber. Now, I find it very funny, like Hasan will only debate people he believes he has a chance of winning, which is a smart strategy if you want to just, you know, get free W's and farm clips of you looking epic. But when you do that and still lose a debate, bro, that's a huge L. That's not just a small L, that's a huge L. So when he went to debate Willie Mac show, and I'm not trying to say that Willie Mac show is not smart or isn't intelligent, but debate-wise, I don't believe Willie has the same experience as somebody like Destiny or somebody who Hasan wouldn't debate because he's afraid of them. Like, Hasan will not debate Destiny. That's a fact, okay? Pretty sure Destiny was even a banned word in Hasan's chat for a little bit. Hasan will not debate somebody who actually will destroy him. So instead, he tries to go for people when he will debate, which is very rarely because, again, he's so scared of losing, who he thinks will be an easy W. And he got destroyed by Willie Mac show. Destiny reviewed the Willie Mac show debate, gave his commentary. I did the same thing. And bro, if you look at the like uploads of the debate on YouTube, they're all flooded with dislikes because everyone's like, dude, this guy took a huge L. On top of that, his friend was just in the in the background, just smacking the vape the whole time, being like, what are we doing here? And the number 4, I never talked about this, but this is atrocious. He defended Pokemon's overpriced cookies and got bodied for it. Bro, really? Like, okay, I saw this and I found it a little hysterical, right? His arguments against Pokemon getting criticized for her cookies was that there's an influencer tax. So when influencers make products, you should expect them to be more expensive, which I don't really understand the logic there. Like, justifying the high price of something that should not be so expensive because a famous person made it is like, that's bad. That's not justified. If anything, it should be the opposite. Like, shouldn't the people with a lot of money who make products be making cheaper products than the people with no money who need the money, so they're gonna tax it? Like, what? Like, shouldn't it be like a small business tax, not like a big influencer tax? Am I geeking? And again, if you look at this video, like the upload of when Hasan was doing this on his stream, like 14,000 dislikes to like 1,000 likes. Bodied. And on top of all this, he was doing this for an hour. This guy spent an hour of his day on his live stream, forcing his viewers, like subjecting them to Hasan's waffling about cookies. Dude, these people don't want to hear you ramble about Pokemon's cookies for an hour. Like, just say that you like Pokemon, so you're not going to criticize her, and then get out. Because that's what he did in the video. He basically said that, oh, I'm not going to criticize her, and he was criticizing Moist Critical for criticizing Pokemon because he knows that Critical and Poke have met in person. What? That does not mean you can't criticize someone if you've met them in person. That's a really strange standard to hold, and one that I think led to a lot of the dislikes on the video. Of course, a lot of those dislikes were just based on the fact that this guy spent 60 minutes defending $32 cookies. But yeah, you know, Hasan is definitely having a rough week, or a rough 30 days, honestly. And I'm glad that Willie Mac Show's getting his dubs. I want Destiny to debate Hasan, but I know that won't happen. I want Hasan's takes, his bad takes, to be getting constantly under the scrutiny that they should be, especially with someone of a platform his size. This guy gets 30,000 live viewers almost every time he streams, sometimes more, sometimes less. But literally tens of thousands of people watch this guy live like zombies to their screen, glued to the blue light, just ingesting this slop takes that he's literally shoving down their throats. And when this finally, you know, this cycle seems to be put on halt and there's some backlash to the ridiculous things he's saying, I'm gonna cover it because I think this is good. I think that, you know, the tides are turning. Maybe things are, you know, what is the word? We're redoing course. I don't even know, but I think it's good. I think it's good to be seeing a change in the narrative and the way that we're looking at things, and especially with someone like Hasan who's talking about serious topics like breaking news, ongoing wars, and stuff like that. The information he spreads is very important and needs to be, you know, taken seriously and seriously criticized if it is wrong. And he'll play this card that he's just a streamer and he's not like a big news outlet who can't be criticized. But dude, I mean, I'm sorry, but you're like these people's primary source of information. I mean, a lot of people who watch you live and support you financially are going to be watching you for information. And when you're wrong, when you get called out, that needs to be discussed.
Today we're going to be making fun of Hasan and his loser-ass fans because they're hypocritical
human trash.
And I think they suck.
Anyone who starts a video off by saying that Hasan is just bad, it's like very low bar, low requirement for me to like you. But I have to say, you know, sometimes the smallest gestures go the longest ways or something. I don't know. A picture's worth 1,000 words. You call it a W.
Just because you're woke doesn't change the reality that you are being a douchebag.
It's gonna be a fun one.
He has this like thing where he talks.
But be more transparent with your income. Nobody needs that much. What are you doing with it? How do you support left-wing politics? Very practical with your money. This notion that like, what are you doing with your money, is dumb as fuck.
What am I doing with my millions of dollars to help the cause?
It's very possible that I've seen that clip already, but it still just is always a 10 out of 10. It's just such a great clip. I mean, you're a socialist and someone asks, what do you do with your money? And your response is like, that's dumb as f. You're dumb as f for not knowing that that question would be coming your way constantly as someone who's made millions off the back of a label you don't even identify with truly. Elmo1456 with the $5 donation. Hasan says, eat the rich. I guess we'll see him at the dinner table then. You know, he's not only the appetizer, but he's the side dish, the main dish, the dessert, the drink. Man, he's everything. He's even the scented candle at the table, okay? You know, people don't really understand how rich this guy really is. I think they just think that like he's wealthy, but he is, I'd say he's in the top 0.001% of earners in the United States. It's fucking loaded. It's disgusting.
Where could I be spending my money? It's not like I take lavish vacations for a month and then come back. I do this every single day.
Guys, I don't even spend money. I've never spent a dime. How am I supposed to spend money when I'm always here? Duh. How am I supposed to give to charity when I'm always here, preaching the gospel?
So it's not like I'm, you know, I live a secret double life where I am, blowing it all on mansions.
Now sub up.
Oh my god! You're toast! This is indefensible! What a fucking clown! It's not like I'm blowing it on mansions. Yes, you are! You can't make this shit up, man. Oh my god. I just can't believe it. It's so in front of our eyes, and yet people choose to not acknowledge it. That's ridiculous. That's just like he's dead to rights on that clip. It's not like I'm blowing my money on mansions. Run that back.
Blowing it all on mansions.
Now sub up.
You're done. Boxed like a fish if I've ever seen it.
I know I make millions of dollars just sitting in my room bullshitting. But look, we're all the same. Me and my $4 million mansion, and you working 15 hours on the Amazon Beltline. We're both Jeff Bezos' bitch. Neither of us have control over the means of production. I mean, well, I do because I actually own my business and my employees These definitely don't have any ownership in my main shit, and they damn sure aren't getting any sort of profit sharing or anything like that. That would be stupid.
Wait,
Are you paying?
Yes! I was about to ask if he plays this clip. This clip is, again, like, dude, shout out to this guy, Kamal, for making this video. I don't know if this was on purpose, but he literally probably, so far, has some of the worst, like, most indefensible clips of Hasan and has put them first. Give this man an Oscar. This is top-tier production. Everyone pay attention to what he says in this clip, all right? This is so funny. Train asks him, are you paying moderators and editors? And he goes, yes. And then Train asks, you're paying moderators and editors? He reiterates. And then Hasan goes, no, not moderators and editors.
Are you paying a percentage or something proportional to the millions that you're making off Twitch, right? Does that carry over to your Twitch? So sure, I believe you for your podcast.
To who? To what?
To editors, to moderators.
Yes.
Lies. Lies.
So you're paying moderators or head of moderation?
No, not editors and not moderators.
Why? Like what? Like hello? This and the house thing is just like unbelievable. I can't even fathom being comfortable looking this stupid. Fuck, man. Why are you so toxic? I don't really know if I'm being toxic. I mean, this guy is one of the biggest streamers, making probably more money than all of us in chat and me combined, and he's done that off the back of lies. I think being toxic is fine if you're being toxic to the right people. So, like, you're toxic to murderers and pedophiles, right? I'm toxic to liars and hypocrites and scumbags. That seems fair to me. One in chat if that's fair, if that's just.
Who does the exact same thing as I do, but, you know, just don't pay attention to that, because that would make me seem like a hypocritical asshole. And that's not fair to me, because I'm the victim. Duh. And if you disagree, you're racist, or a fascist, or something. Get off my dick.
Facts.
Shit. Broke bitch. The way this man can dodge accountability like an Asian man in a dodgeball game is honestly one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. But
is
hey,
that true?
You know,
Are
millions of
Asians like
people
good at
preach one
dodgeball?
thing.
I didn't know about that. Are they good at dodgeball?
I mean, his audience is the same people that are talking about how evil Fox News is, right? And hey, you're not gonna get any arguments from me. But I would argue that Hasan is on the same level, if not worse, than Fox News. R.I.P. Tuck. See, Hasan, my best friend, is known to have an audience that is, batshit crazy. Hasan is gonna have the most.
We're gonna read those messages out. Hold on.
That...
Yo, keep in mind, Ethan and Hasan were friends, and after they had their friendship breakup, this is how Hasan's chat talks about him. What? These people are sick in the head.
Hasan is gonna have the most progressive take on every single topic known to man, and anybody who doesn't agree with him to the molecular level is a bigoted piece of shit. You can have trans friends, love trans people, hell, even be trans, but maybe you just have a few questions about trans women playing sports with cis women. You are a transphobic piece of shit, and you should be sent to the gulag.
True. Even if trans women were completely dumb.
Look, if you do not support trans people until the day you die, if you wouldn't die for the trans cause, dude, just say you're transphobic, okay? If you wouldn't literally if you wouldn't hurl yourself off of a building for trans kids' right to identify the way they identify, dude, just swan dive out of a 20-story building for me. Buy a jet and fly it into a wind turbine, okay? We clear? In Minecraft.
Dominating certain fields of sport. The only reason why you would consider that to be completely inappropriate and unnatural is if you think trans women are unnatural. And that's it. And that is where transphobia comes from. Transphobic. Imagine risking your life for someone else's property. I mean, he wasn't even like technically risking his life. He was trying to get a legal kill. Like, that's what he was trying to do, and he got it. The greatest thing that could have happened to internet conservatives is this, because this is their fantasy. This is like the psychopathic, bloodthirsty fantasies that they've all had, okay?
Very healthy way
What's your
looking at
fantasy,
half of the
though,
population.
Hasan? Hasan's fantasy is like a vaccine SWAT team rolling around every big city in America and vaccinating everybody. Vaccine snipers on buildings. Niner. I got a Pfizer. Pfizer on the top of the building. Scoped in. Roger. We want police to be shooting vaccines into everyone. Like, what is his fantasy? I'm so curious. Like, go to Jeff Bezos' house and, like, take his life in Minecraft or something? I don't know, man. What is this guy? Like, I don't know.
And it's Hasan and people like him that perpetuate this all or nothing mentality. Oh, if you say this one thing, these are all your thoughts. If you believe this one thing, you're a part of this much larger hateful group. It's just divisive
it's like the same thing though. It's like everyone just be typing about edging. So what do you want me to say? Don't. I can't stop you. I mean, don't do it. We have this guy talking about the thug shaker, which will not be taking place. Matter of fact, you're in timeout for that.
You're the one with the very public, bloodthirsty history.
There's a study where it says that, you know, more cops actually die from suicide, I don't know, than gunfire and on the line of duty deaths.
What are you getting at?
Nothing. I'm just saying, you know, let's get those numbers up, baby.
These people are insane. They want you to...
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, Hasan, when a trans person kills himself... Why? Hasan, when a cop kills himself? Poggers! Can I get a pog champ in my chat? How would that work, right? Hasan likes when cops kill themselves, but he hates when trans people kill themselves. So what do you think happens to Hasan's brain when a trans cop kills himself? How would that work? Imagine being a trans cop and you kill yourself and you're on Hasan's stream. What does he say? You should have only like killed half of yourself? How does that work? When you're Hasan and you see a trans cop kill himself, would the world like fucking blow up? Would there be a second Big Bang? Would his brain like turn into a black hole and like all matter and dark matter would just vortex and everything would just like despawn? I love to see that, you know? Or like one thing that he loves and one thing that he hates. Okay, so he hates capitalism, but he loves poor people. Okay, so, he doesn't actually like poor people. He pretends to, right? So let's think about this. If a poor person watches Hasan's stream, they're a big fan, they're very poor. Hasan obviously likes that, but then they get rich. Are they still friends? Do they stop being friends? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, very strange. Someone in my chat says, you need help. You're talking to me or the guy who's edging? I don't know.
Ignore and dispute any sort of evidence that doesn't align with their philosophical beliefs. That's what people in cults do.
Yeah, like if Chris Tyson voted for Trump, what would happen to Hasan? Like, how would he analyze that? You know what I mean? How would that work? I really don't understand that, right? Because on one hand, Hasan would say, oh, this person is very capable of making the best decisions for their body, right? So would he say, this person's also capable of making what they believe to be the best decision in terms of who they're gonna vote for president? You know what I mean? Like, what would happen there? That'd be so weird.
This is not healthy. Please stop. Please stop. And of course, most recently, if you weren't 100% convinced that Israel did that hospital bombing, you are a genocidal, monstrous scumbag.
Terrible that the people died, but I encourage you to look into where Hamas was firing. You fucking piece of shit! You garbage, monstrous scumbag!
I'm so mad! I'm really mad that someone typed that in my chat. Grrr. No more Mr. Nice, Hasan. You wouldn't like it when I'm angry. Why, I oughta teach you a lesson. Like, shut up.
You fucking piece of shit! You garbage, monstrous scumbag! You garbage, monstrous scumbag! You said IDF didn't bomb the hospital, and then...
You garbage, monstrous scumbag. Hasan, no! Hasan, don't say that about them. They're trans! Hasan, no! The person who wrote that was trans! It's too late.
You said it did, but Hamas was firing rockets from it in the same 2-minute time frame. So why did you fucking lie at first?
I think most adults would agree that this is just a clown being performative and trying his best to virtue signal.
Hasan,
but to a Hasan
no!
fan, this is...
Wait, Hasan, the dissenting voice in your chat was actually trans. No, don't rage, Hasan. It's okay. Don't do it.
Because that's what Hasan does. If something doesn't fit his America bad narrative, he either won't acknowledge it or he'll say it's racist. Which is ironic for somebody who's so openly racist, but, you know, whatever.
Horny, westoid, angloid-brained, disgusting filth. Disgusting filth, dude. Eurocentrist trash.
You dumb cracker bitch.
I guess it's okay because, like, sometimes...
Eurocentrist trash? Hasan, would you ever, I don't know, hypothetically call someone like, I'm just making this case for the sake of argument, Afrocentrist trash, Hasan? What if there was an African TERF? What happens now, Hasan? God, this guy is just a real party pooper. I really don't know who watches this and why. Has anyone in this chat, and I doubt there's anyone, has anyone in this chat genuinely, like, and I doubt there's anyone, but is anyone in this chat like a former Hasan fan? And be honest, we're not gonna judge you. As a matter of fact, we will praise you for making it out of there. Is anyone in this chat a former Hasan fan that saw the errors in their ways? Probably not. Probably no one was ever there. But if you were, we forgive you. You're better than who you were then. never once. So, okay, you said you used to love Hasan. What was the mindset back then? I'm so curious. He is hot. I mean, he's like, I understand like people being like that, like, oh, you know, he's attractive or something, because in order to, you know, get hundreds of thousands, millions of followers on Twitch, you can't be like fucking ugly, you know what I mean? So I get that. He is hot is the main reason he's popular. Maybe my brother watches him. Is that true? Give your brother a swirly. I'm surprised how mainstream he is. Like people like Penguin, Z0, and Ludwig back Hasan. I don't think Critical is like, I know they're, I guess, sort of like acquaintances, but I wouldn't say Critical backs Hasan. Ludwig does though. Ludwig definitely does. He's not that hot. Acheeto can outmog him. Maybe if I bulk up and get huge, but I think my attractiveness, if you want to call it that, versus Hasan's attractiveness, it's like two different types, you know? Like we have different body types, different sort of faces, and plus I'm also a lot younger than him. I mean, he's 35, I'm 20, so he's more masculine than me in the sense like he's older, like he's had more time to you know, become a guy. So Hasan's 35, I believe so, or 32 maybe. Good game, Ethan. I watched Destiny, so I watched Hasan from Thought. So you learned about Hasan from Destiny and you liked him for a bit? Because I've heard about this lore. So Destiny basically is like, I believe the reason Hasan has a career, and a lot of the fans that Destiny gave Hasan now hate Hasan because of the, you know, videos that Destiny's made on Hasan. So that's that.
People can say Hasan cares so much because of the mistreatment of the Palestinian people, and I really do hope that's true. But Hasan clearly picks and chooses when he wants to care about people's sovereignty. When it comes to Israel-Palestine, he's on the Palestinian people's side 1000%.
Destiny over Hasan? Oh, and that's not even like a debate. Like, that's obvious. Like, say what you want about Destiny. You can criticize Destiny for a myriad of things, but Destiny is objectively more intelligent than Hasan. That's just a fact. You want to know how I know that? Well, a few reasons. One, Destiny debates people. He debates people with PhDs. He debates people who are pros in their fields. Hasan, the most he'll do is debate Willie Mac show on internet drama. That's what his brain is able to, that's the level he can operate at. And also, why Destiny is just a lot more intelligent than Hasan is that Destiny legitimately spends hours on his stream learning. Like, not just like watching, like consuming news and just watching whatever's trending to be informed. Legitimately reading stuff that's like super old, reading studies, analyzing stuff. Hasan does not do that. He'll just like watch a Sky News video and point at the screen and be like, guys, this is what's happening and you need to know about it, okay? So
what should the US be doing about the Taiwanese conflict? Shut the fuck up about it and don't rock the boat.
Foreign policy? Hasan would never.
That makes sense.
How do we feel about Taiwan, Hasan? China or not
Taiwan?
China? Or is it China or not China?
That's the American policy. Whatever the American policy is, whatever the American perspective
What's your
is.
opinion? You really won't say?
No, I'm saying it's like one country, two systems. You know.
Dude, what a cheese ball. What a cheese ball.
I'm not gonna answer the question. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
This guy's such a coward. And it's not even just in like this sort of stuff. Like, dude, fucking box Sam Hyde, please. Please box Sam Hyde. You're a big boy, okay? You do your deadlifts, your thirst traps, whatever. Get in the fucking ring. Get in the ring. Let's go. What? Please, box Sam Hyde for the love of turkey.
No, it's not. It's two different countries.
Really?
And before Hasan's dumb ass fans start.
Really?
I'm saying it's like one country, two systems. You know.
No, it's not. It's two different countries.
Really?
And before Hasan's dumb ass fans start running their mouth, I do understand that the Taiwan and China issue and the Israel and Palestine issue are not one-to-one. But I would assume a socialist like Hasan, somebody who—
Hey, thanks for the $2, good game, Ethan. Acheeto hotter than Hasan, smarter than Destiny. That's a good $2 donut right there. Nah, but Destiny would embarrass the fuck out of me in a debate. It would not even be close. That's just a fact, and honestly, I'd accept it because I'm 20. I have a lot to learn. Destiny, well, he's made plenty of retarded decisions. He knows a lot, and I'd listen to him. I'd learn. Hotter than Hasan, I guess. Depends who you ask. Probably not to older women, but maybe, you know, girls my age will— I don't know. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But this is not a dick measuring contest, okay? If Hasan's main W is that he's attractive, that's fine. I'd rather be less attractive than him and smarter than him than more attractive than him and fucking retarded, you know?
But as I was saying earlier, unfortunately for Ethan, he did not get any concessions or empathy from his BFF Hasan, but he did get a nice little hate brigade from his fan base and moderators, calling him every single kind of—
Hey, good comment. Looks fade stupid is forever. This chat message has been fact-checked by true patriots. True.
Racist, bigoted, he hates brown people, he hates Palestinians, all this crazy shit. Even though this man was literally crying over the Palestinian plight on this same podcast.
Dude was holding his infant.
It's a
who was like
saying.
a year old.
I don't-
And he
what
was
does
like
that mean?
patting her on the back and saying like his final goodbye. I mean, he's holding her like she's alive, like he's just burping her or
Wait,
something.
I'm sorry,
Didn't
what is he
expect to
crying
get
about? I was reading chat. What's he crying about?
emotional about that, but like I'm a new dad and that shit really fucks me up.
And Hasan doing Hasan things, taking a vulnerable moment where your friend is crying and using that as an opportunity, again, to shit on America.
The feelings that you are demonstrating here and the empathy that you're demonstrating and showing towards Palestinians is unfortunately not represented by our administration, and it's not represented by our media.
The people need to
what an oddball. Your friend is sobbing on your show and you're like, this is why America's the worst. Ethan, you're crying because of the country that you live in that's given you every opportunity you've had to make as much money and accumulate wealth ever. That's why you're crying, Ethan. That's why. Hello?
Well, in total fairness, Hasan is a dumbass, so I guess I shouldn't be expecting anything rational from him, right? I mean, this was the podcast where Hasan referred to infants as baby settlers.
Let's not obfuscate, okay? I understand what you're saying, but this dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
This is where we're at in this.
I don't even know what
it's
that
pretty
means,
sad.
but it sounds
baby
retarded, I'm gonna be
settlers,
honest.
really? But obviously, Ethan is the one with the problem here. It's not Hasan's fans who are constantly asking for the death of people, and it's definitely not Hasan, the same person that was laughing.
Oh yeah, I am
maniacally as
taller
a-
than Hasan, so there is that. Thanks to someone in the chat reminded me. I think I'm 2 inches taller than him. Get owned.
and attacked by a dog.
Watch out! This was nuts, bro. This was crazy. Dude, do you guys remember this one? Hasan was laughing at a cop who got tased, or like died or something. And this cop, I don't believe, did anything wrong at all. Legit nothing. Because he would have said, surely, while he's laughing, like, oh, this cop is evil for this specific situation. But no, it's legit just some person. But again, keep in mind, if that cop was trans, no laughter. Thank God it's blurred. Yeah, he starts laughing. This is just like horrible. If this happened to him, bro, or I mean, you know, it's a bad point of reference because if something bad happens to a bad person, I think you have the right to laugh, but I don't know. It just, yeah, come on, man.
See, this behavior is 100% justified.
Yeah, his chat was laughing too. Well, I mean, they're Hasan fans, right? So they're gonna follow their leader.
Because that lady was a cop, and those babies were settlers. Baby settlers, but still settlers. So, have fun in the afterlife. You know, you made your choice. Colonizer-ass babies? Remember, Hasan's fans are just empathetic leftists.
Who are these people? Feminist, I guess? I don't really know what that is. White guy with dreads, I guess because he's like woke or something, or 1% African. He probably calls himself a POC. I get that one. This one's just like a gay person, I guess. And then this person, I guess, is like trans.
That want the best for the worker. He doesn't have the right to the means of production.
Oh, of course his chat
Come
is
on,
laughing.
that's empathy. Random side note, I don't feel bad for Ethan. I think people should, but it's not gonna be me. Okay, because from where I'm standing, Ethan is the guy whose friend is over there pickpocketing every single person in the local town, and he's just watching him do it, laughing away, and then when he comes back and pickpockets his dumbass, he's
Of course his chat's weird.
What happened? It's like, bitch, where have you been? Aren't you the same guy that shitted on half of the people on this platform, but you don't have 35 seconds to look up how shitty your co-host is? Are you a dumbass? What kind of sense does that make? I don't feel bad for people who do stupid shit like that. But this video is not about you, it's about your dumbass friend, so let's move on. Now, I've been talking a lot of shit, clearly. But in fairness, I've been tuning into Hasan's streams. I've been watching his videos.
Yes! Yo, look who's back. It's the vape guy. Vape guy. Bye-bye. Yeah, the vape guy. The 50 cent. Wow. You remember the exact quantity of vape rips. That's very impressive. You might have a photographic memory or something special, so that was something. Yeah, no, he's a vape guy from the Willie Mack debate.
But there is one video that I do want to talk about because it was hilarious. Now the video is called One of the Poorest Places in America. It's a video where this guy goes around to these old mining towns, interviewing people and showing everyone just how fucked these towns
Oh, this is another interesting dialectic, right? Because remember, Hasan, very hypocritical, right? So he hates capitalism, so he loves the working class, right? Standing up for poor people. But just based on the looks of these two people on the screen, right? They might be Trump voters, okay? Now Hasan loves the working class, loves poor people until they vote something he doesn't support. Notice that? That's another one of those fucking hypocrite moments. I want to see that. I hope this is what this video is about. I did make a huge leap, but we'll see. If it's not, well, GG.
There's a massive crisis in rural healthcare that goes even beyond affordability. They just don't have it. We're talking areas where people go to the vet for healthcare, okay?
I did a little bit of research, not a lot, so I could have missed it, but a little. And I didn't see anything about people going to a vet because of lack of infrastructure for hospitals. And also, what kind of city would have the infrastructure for a hospital for their dogs, but not
a
for
hospital?
People? That just seems like stupid, but you know.
Does not make
maybe
sense.
Hyperbolic. Maybe I just missed it. I crack jokes all the time, so we're gonna keep it pushing.
How about in Welsh right now? Is it a close community? People, oh yeah, pretty tight.
Yeah, it's pretty tight here. Everybody looks out for one another, you know.
To get out of here, this town, you know, everybody's so many different walks of life.
Bro, I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss people off right now. But even like a sense of community being fostered here and less police presence in this town, and also the ability to be able to get your social security and other government amenities that allows people to survive is yet another fucking indication of white supremacy in certain respects. These people are not privileged.
You can't make this up. Like, what? You can't make this up. Yo, are you getting healthcare and you're a white person? White supremacy, bro. Look, bro. Did you go to the doctor today? Wait. You went to the doctor, and let's just get a quick race check. Oh, you're white? Buddy, do I have news for you. Go to your closet. There should be a pointy white hoodie in there, because you're a Klans member, because you went to the doctor, and you're white. White supremacist. I just don't know how this guy's, like, real. Like, how is he a real human? This does not make sense. How are you real?
Real reality, because the black equivalent of this is so much fucking worse, because on top of that, you literally have an oppressive occupying force constantly breathing down your fucking neck and constantly trying to get you in trouble and harassing you on a daily basis.
You see these poor ass white people looking like Far Cry 5 characters, and your dumbass thinks now is the time to bring up white privilege. This is droid behavior.
Unreal.
Poor white American male does not fit.
This is so funny. Hasan sees a homeless white guy and he's like, ooh. But you are white though. I mean, you are homeless and you're white, but dude, imagine if you were black. It'd be like you right now, but worse. Shut up. Stop talking, please. And Hasan has to listen to this guy because he's black. You know? So that's how that works. When you criticize Hasan and you have a certain melanin trait, he'll take you more seriously. And that's just how the cookie crumbles, my men. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
And as a black African-American Negro, don't know if you noticed,
just said that.
it's
Well,
weird.
no, I didn't say
Please
that.
stop
I didn't-
using us to get your virtue signal points. It's disgusting.
So whatever policies support coal, you're going to vote for that guy.
Yep, Trump for the coal and Jim Justice.
Holy shit, I predicted it. This guy's in the same town and he's gonna say, I like Trump, and then Hasan's gonna be like, oh yeah, you're poor, get owned.
For the coal, you know.
Yeah.
And if we get somebody in there want to go windmills or gas, everybody be out of job around here.
Yeah. If this guy was black, I wouldn't doubt they would have different responses. Yeah, no shit. I didn't say that they're like the most non-problematic people. Yeah, dude. The fucking guy living in a shed on the side of fucking gravel road in West Virginia where he doesn't have access to the internet all the time is not the most woke person. That's crazy. Think about how less susceptible to radicalization you are.
He's kind of defending the guy. That's kind of good.
Less susceptible to radicalization you are. Less susceptible to radicalization you are. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements. And then think about your material conditions, your way of existence, your day-to-day activities in whatever fucking town you live in, okay?
Less susceptible to radicalization, huh? That's so interesting. I guess since you live in a city, you're smarter. It's impossible for a narcissistic hypocrite to come along, pretend to be your friend, convince you that the frustrations in your life aren't your fault, and radicalize you into watching them all the time, saying hurtful shit and demonizing every single person with a slightly differing opinion. I'm so glad that would never happen to you guys, because that would be a tragedy. Wow.
So all those nice houses coming into Grundy from West Virginia, who are those people? Cold, old money stuff? Or
some of them. I mean, and then you have, you know, your school teachers. They live in some of the nicer homes.
So this is a place where the school teacher can live in a nice home.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I'm sorry. I do not. Like, what? Dude, no. This guy's not delivering you factually accurate information.
The irony of a...
Yeah. You know who is going to give you factually accurate information? H-A-S-A-N. Wait, I spelled that wrong.
Run that back.
H-A-S-A-N. H-A-S-A-N. No, I got that right. Okay, we're good.
So yeah, I took like 4 seconds and Googled it, and nice houses are like 80,000 to like 200. There's plenty in the 100s, plenty below 100. So yeah, this is what people are talking about when they say Hasan doesn't do any research and just talks out of his ass. I know this one's a bit more trivial, but he does this with everything. Because if there's cheap houses that government workers can afford, then America not evil, and America evil. If it doesn't fit the Hasan narrative, then it's not real. Because his loser ass fan base needs excuses to complain.
That's
and
real.
Finally, it's like a light went off in my head. I realized that's what Hasan's job is. It's not to spread the news or spread socialism or even be entertaining. Hasan is kind of like the opposite of Tony Robbins.
Every day I demand more from myself than anybody else could possibly expect.
Instead of like selling you a dream that you can make it and be successful, he just gives you reasons of why your life sucks.
Yeah, honestly, regardless of how you feel about politics and America and, you know, if it's hard to make money in this country, there's two ways to look at this. This is philosophical. This is not political, okay? You can either, someone type it in someone typed it in chat. It's a skill issue, okay? It's a skill issue. Because your perspective should be, right? Think about this like this. The world is fucked, or whatever. America's bad and it's hard to make money in this country. Do you give up, like Hasan's fans, and just be like, oh, it's rigged, it's over, I can't do it? Or do you say, okay, it's rough out here, but I'm gonna give it my all and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna fucking run this shit and make my bread.
Never back down, never what?
Never back down, never what? Like, that's what I feel like, bro. It's like, you know, obviously you can make the system better and reform and keyword, right? But, you know, while that's happening, are you gonna fucking twiddle your thumbs and be like, oh my god, the system sucks. The system sucks, okay? Or are you going to be like, okay, it's rough. I gotta lock in, gotta make something happen. It's like a victim mentality, man. It's either you're fucking victim or you're victorious. You're either gonna take the L or take the W. Think about it like Fortnite, okay? Hasan fans go into a game of Fortnite thinking, oh my god, there's only one winner and there's 100 people, there's no chance, okay? Other people are like, holy fuck, I'm gonna be that winner. Winner, chicken dinner, bitch. And that's the way you gotta look at it, bruh. Lock in. Bye-bye.
To wrap this video up, I'm gonna say some shit that a lot of people are not gonna like, but I don't care. As a red-blooded American, it bothers me that we have Hasan, an super baby rich kid who grew up in Turkey, idolizing our culture.
I'm a bit of a marabou, like a weeb for America.
Couldn't get off our dick, has the singular job of shitting on America. And I'm not even trying to be like, oh, you're not from here, so you need to go back home. But I think I've proved today that his only train of thought is America bad. He doesn't even have any sort of solution.
You suck. Honest, not this guy, Hasan. All right, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I probably can't, but like, I'm not gonna say it. But I will just say it's interesting that Hasan, well, you know, he wasn't from this country, loved it apparently growing up. He thought it was so cool, the culture was awesome, and he moves here and all of a sudden he finds a profitable niche of insulting the place that he knows is awesome.
I mean,
I'm getting bored, lil bro, put the Subway Surfers.
This is a grown-ass man in his 30s who calls himself a socialist, talks about socialism all day to demonize people, but doesn't he—
Guys, I'm Hasan for Halloween. Oh wait, hold on, let me complete the costume.
Even have the basic solution of how to hire people when it comes to implementing socialism.
Here's where this seems more like it's a nice theory, but like in application, it makes no sense. Who decides how much value he's brought? How could you possibly decide that? If my show is growing, Dan joins, and let's say, I now am making $15, but the show was organically growing. How can I attribute all 5 of that to
Is
Dan?
this almost done? Yeah, this video's almost done. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'll take any chance I can get to roast this guy. He deserves it. Get owned, little bro. Get owned. I know some of you guys are tired of all the videos on Hasan, but imagine you're me. You're in my shoes. You don't like Hasan. You open Twitter. First video you see is a clip of Hasan saying something outrageously stupid. You're angry. You want to tell someone about it. But then you remember, wait a second, I have a YouTube channel that pays me to complain about this. Are you not gonna complain about it for cash? Yeah, you are. So yes, this video is going to be me complaining about Hasan. This is what it means to have motion in life. When you see something, you gotta take the opportunity and run with it, okay? Hasan made the decision to rock this atrocious t-shirt that looks like it was destined to be on the clearance rack at Hot Topic for the rest of its existence, but Hasan picked it up and decided to do a photo shoot with it. Now, for my illiterate viewers, the shirt has text on it that reads, "Make the rich pay." Now, this picture was doing the rounds on Twitter, kind of going viral on some accounts, but some person decided to take the image and add a tweet that Hasan had posted onto this image. Landed in Mexico and immediately got detained by customs for having, quote, too many pieces of electronic equipment, for which they made up a number and forced me to pay taxes on. Now, you cannot script irony better than this. This is a multi-millionaire member of the top 0.001%, role-playing as someone who wants the rich to pay more taxes, but when the thing that he pretends that he wants to exist actually exists, he complains about it. This is why labels such as fake socialist or champagne socialist actually perfectly describe Hasan. Guys, I want the rich to pay more taxes, but not me though. I mean, I am filthy rich, but you know, double it and give it to the next person. I don't want to pay taxes, let alone more taxes, but other rich people should. You know, they should pay. Now, Elon Musk actually ended up replying to that picture of Hasan with the tweet on it with just a crying, laughing emoji. That's actually hilarious, bro. You're getting owned by Elon Musk. Now, naturally, Hasan sees this as an opportunity to start some beef with Elon because that would do numbers for him. So he makes this tweet saying, "Come on my show, Elon," with a screenshot from one of his streams where he's chilling with Grimes, who I believe was dating Elon Musk at one point, which is like, what are you trying to imply? That like you banged his wife? Congrats, bro. You got sloppy seconds from Elon? Wow, bro. You totally owned Elon Musk by showing a picture of you in the same room as his ex-wife. This is just humiliating for Hasan. It's like, please come on my show, Elon. You responded with a crying, laughing emoji to a tweet that made fun of me. Now I'm gonna invite you on my show so we can discuss why you responded to a meme with a crying laughing emoji. Can we talk about that? What would this discussion even be? Like, oh, hey, Elon, hope you're doing well. Yeah, you found a meme funny that made fun of me. Can you tell me why? Hasan doesn't even address what the meme is trying to highlight, like the irony of what the meme is pointing out. This guy just saw Elon Musk's handle on the screen and started foaming out the mouth like a rabid raccoon. Anyone who thought this was a badass mic drop response is developmentally challenged. Twitter is looking at you and then pointing at you and then laughing at you. And then Elon joins in on the laughter and then you're like, hey, Elon, let's talk about this. Let's unpack this, all right? Why are you laughing? Where does that come from? Also, the reason he's using this image is obviously to imply that he had intercourse with this woman as some sort of leverage over Elon. But imagine you're Grimes and you see this and it's just like you never did anything with Hasan. You're like, what the f***? Am I being used as a pawn in this beef? Like, you know he was butthurt when he saw that crying laughing emoji because you don't do that as a response if you were not deeply offended. Like, that's like when you get roasted and the roast hits you so hard that you bring up the guy who roasted you's like dead mom or something. It's like some middle school shit. You got a new haircut and you think it's really cool, but you walk into school and the first thing you get is like, oh, nah, your barber need jail time. And you're like, yeah, but didn't your dog run into traffic? How'd that go? Anyway, as anyone with a frontal lobe could assume, starting beef with Elon Musk is going to draw more attention to you, maybe negative attention, some could assume, and that's basically what happened. Some older clips of Hasan saying some distasteful stuff have kind of gone viral and resurfaced, and we're gonna look at those. Yeah, so this might be one of the worst things he's ever said, and actually, I don't know how other people have been banned on Twitch for way less. I'm not saying the dude should be deplatformed because he has different views than mine, but it is crazy to me how people have been banned for way less than this. So before I show the clip, for some context, Hasan is explaining in this clip how it is okay, or at least better, for SA to take place among two rich people than one rich person and one poor person. He says it is, quote, a little bit better for a rich girl to get SA'd by a rich guy than a poor girl to get SA'd by a rich guy.
They were... At least Patrick Henry College is, like, doing one good thing, which is that, like, if you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is, like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. The utilitarian aspect of SA.
A little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, taking these guys and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
And this is the same exact guy who's gone on hour-long segments on his show about how Andrew Tate is the biggest danger to women and how Andrew Tate is essaying all these girls. And I'm not going to sit here and comment on Andrew Tate, but I am going to say, very interesting for Hasan of all people to make comments about that when he has produced clips like the one we just watched. That is absurd. He literally says, like, it's better for this version of SA to happen than this version. What the f are you talking about? Imagine going up to a rich girl who was SA'd and saying, like, well, you know, it's better that it happened to you than a poor person. Believable. And you still can't ignore the fact that he talks about rich people like he isn't one of them, like he isn't a member of the elite class. The LARP is so tiresome. Yeah, you're rich, bro. Let's stop acting like you aren't. Now, this guy whines about people clip chimping him, which is the practice of people taking uncharitable quote-unquote clips and then spreading them over the internet. But that clip has complete context. He's explaining what he believes from start to finish, and there is no context missing. Like, sure, the clip makes him look bad, and he can be upset that it makes him look bad and that people are seeing it, but that's just what happens when you say some egregious shit like that. But it's actually more often the case that Hasan takes people out of context than people take him out of context. Hasan actually takes people so out of context that he will invent things that they've said. He'll make up quotes. This is one of his video thumbnails. Quote, we're allowed to genocide actually. No one said that. Now, I don't have an issue with clickbait or exaggerating something somebody said for clicks. Like, I did this in my thumbnail for my Sneeko video. Sneeko was talking shit about this MMA fighter, and I put in a quote saying, nah, I'd win. Now, he never said he would win against the fighter, but he was shit-talking him. But I also think there's a huge difference in clickbaiting internet drama like what I do and clickbaiting world ongoing global events. Like, that's misinformation. That's straight up propaganda tabloid garbage. How can you expect this guy to be an honest proponent of the global news when he, no meme, spreads fake news? Anyway, streamer XQC used to be friends with Hasan, but they had a falling out, and since then XQC's had some things to say about Hasan, and recently this clip of XQC criticizing him and people like him popped up on my timeline, and I think XQC makes a great point in this clip where he talks about the types of people like Hasan who pretend to be these super progressive people that can do no wrong and they love everybody, but realistically, these people are the most toxic.
Yeah, the reality is that one of you people are going to realize that the people that are the tolerant people that are all nice and shit like that are literally the worst. Like, whenever somebody does something wrong or they think is wrong, I mean, they completely annihilate them. Like, people that are flat out toxic, a lot of times it's deliberate out there and it's kind of stops there. It's more like surface level, like kind of hate or whatever. The people who are like tolerant and chill and like, yo, dude, we know better, they're despicable. That's just what it is.
That might be one of the most true things that XQC has ever said. Now, I'm not a toxic person, but because the nature of my content can be critical, I do get sometimes that people perceive me as toxic. And I want to just say, I've met so many people in real life that are surprised at how pleasant I am to actually be around. They suspect me to be like this person who's always complaining about everything, but it's just not like that. And I find it so funny because on the flip side, I'm not going to name names, but I do know YouTubers that have hung out with Hasan in real life at private events, at parties, that are like, oh my god, that guy sucks dick. And that doesn't surprise me, but it has surprised people who have perceived him as this chill kind of guy that's just tolerant and he doesn't care and everyone's cool and whatever, when it turns out that he's actually a ginormous prick. And on the flip side, the people that are like the most, quote, toxic online, generally, I'm not gonna say every time, they're kind of fine to be around. Again, I'm not gonna name names to prove my point, but I've hung out with people that have, we'll just say, a toxic reputation on the internet, and they are just completely normal people offline, dude. They don't have to dress up their talk or put on a facade in order to just have fun online. There's no smoke and mirrors to see through like there is with some of these people like Hasan. You can tell like, oh, this guy doesn't have to pretend. He doesn't have to LARP. And all these LARPers are a dime a dozen. There's so many of them. I'd say there's more of them than there are people that are authentic. So when I find people that are authentic, maybe they're perceived as mean or whatever, but we need more of that in a world of like plastic influencers, these people that are just fake. Anyway, though, I figured I'd talk about that weird beef that Hasan had with Elon Musk and talk about the clips that went viral subsequently. So right now, during this stage of the drama cycle, the internet is super focused on, is streaming a hard job? Because recently there's been a few streamers that have come out and said that streaming is super hard and in some cases harder than a normal / 9 to 5 job. Now, most people who have spoken on the issue, myself and others, have come forward to say that it's actually not true that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. And even if it was, it doesn't matter because most of the streamers that are complaining about it being harder than a 9 to 5 are actually making millions of dollars a year, so cry about it, I guess. But recently, Ludwig, a very big YouTuber and streamer, posted a video discussing the entire discourse, giving his thoughts on the situation, and also using the video to talk about some issues that Twitch was having in Korea. But Hasan Abi, who was kind of the catalyst for this entire debate, because he had said that streaming sucks the soul out of you in a way that a normal job could never, was in the thumbnail of this original Ludwig video, and was also sort of like used as a clip to talk about the issue in the Ludwig video. Now, because Ludwig and Hasan are friends in real life, Hasan reacted to Ludwig's video on his stream and was super upset. He was salty, he was moping, he was just super upsetty spaghetti. And this reaction from Hasan actually ended up resulting in Ludwig taking down his original video and then re-uploading it because he had literally hurt Hasan's feelings. Are you kidding me? So we're gonna look at what happened today, why Hasan is crying so much, and just sort of like the current landscape of the internet. How big streamers ultimately just act in self-preservation and they just want to help their friends and they don't really care about the truth or whatever. And that's what we're gonna do today. But before we get into it, if you could take 5 seconds to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into it. So the video on Ludwig's channel now is called Huge Streaming Drama Re-Upload, but it's not even a re-upload, it's like an edited version of the original one, where he's less mean to Hasan Piker, he's not in the thumbnail with a fake tweet. And this was done directly after Hasan was complaining about Ludwig on stream, claiming he was farming him for content, which is so absurd. Like, dude, if you do something and you become top trending and whatever, people will talk about it. When a big streamer gets in controversy and says something dumb, people will discuss it. It's not you being farmed. Ludwig does not farm you for content. Okay, I definitely do, but Ludwig doesn't, so that's kind of an insane thing to say. But not just Hasan whining on stream, he also had a Discord message that was leaked where he complains about the entire thing and kind of calls Ludwig a hypocrite, because Ludwig obviously in his video criticizes Hasan's take and basically says that streaming is a super privileged thing to get to do. And Hasan responds on Discord by saying it's extra funny because Lud and I did a roundtable for Anthony Padilla's new show where we talked about how we think streamers are out of touch and how privileged and lucky we are for like 2 hours. Only 2 weeks ago. Hasn't been released yet. Would have been nice for him to be like, hey guys, by the way, Hasan is my friend. Obviously he doesn't think streaming is the most difficult job in the world. Yeah, you know, I was expecting Ludwig to make an entire video defending me while the internet was calling me cringe. I was expecting him to just douse the video in charitability and basically make it so that any and all criticism of me is dismissed as being hateful and bigoted, and nothing that's said about me is at all valid at the end of the day. Which is crazy too, because I watched Ludwig's original video. Yeah, he does kind of poke criticism at Hasan's arguments, which trust me is not hard to do, but it isn't like Ludwig's going super hard on Hasan, trying to own him epically and farm him for content. Half the video isn't even about the is streaming hard discourse, it's about how Twitch is being shut down in Korea. So anyways, I want to shift gears and watch Hasan's initial reaction to the Ludwig video and just see how upset he is, dude.
As a streamer myself for almost 6 years now, on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I would look. I just.
Oh God, it's just like, What's funny is you haven't even addressed this again since then. I know. It's just an opportunity for every single person to be like, look, guys, I'm a content creator. I'm really privileged. Like, yeah, dog, we all are. We all talk about it all the fucking time. It just annoys me because, like, it's such a fake fucking thing to do. It's just literally using someone who you're friends with, like being maliciously clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. I know how privileged I am. It's like, yeah, I do too. That's so fucking dumb. Oh my God.
Oh no, Hasan, are you gonna be okay, dude? Wait, you're telling me a guy who covers internet drama covered internet drama that you were involved in and is just giving the proper context for the series of events that transpired? How could he do such a thing? Because you guys are friends! We all know that when you're friends with a huge content creator who gets involved in drama, you're not allowed to talk about it. He's acting like it's a giant backstab from Ludwig. It's like, really, it's not.
Like, it's like no different than what Muda did. He showed the context, though. It doesn't fucking matter that he showed the context. It's just a way to just literally farm off the fucking drama. Whatever. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? It's just...
I don't give a shit about this conversation. Frankly,
yeah, no video for Nick Marks from Ludwig, you know, because...
I think it's dumb.
So the remainder of Hasan's reaction to Ludwig's video is mostly composed of his chat writing nice and supportive messages. Hasan, we don't think you have an easy job at all. We know how hard it gets for you, okay? The wrist cramps from typing response messages to trolls on Twitter, we understand that it's not an easy job. But apart from his chat interactions, he also says to Ludwig that he's only really doing this to farm off the drama, which is, I don't really understand. What is the ostensible difference between making a video talking about drama and farming off of drama? Like, when you say farming off drama, it just makes Ludwig sound like a piece of shit, when in reality, he's doing what he literally always does when there's drama on the internet, which is just talk about it. And it's not like Ludwig was making this video to dunk on Hasan. It's pretty obvious that if you've seen videos about this topic, Ludwig was easily one of the most charitable to Hasan out of anyone talking about this drama, which is crazy because Hasan is still mad at Ludwig. He's literally mad at the person who covered the drama in the most favorable way to him. So mad at his neutrality that Ludwig ended up deleting the video and re-uploading it, amending a few things about the video. It's just totally spineless on Ludwig's behalf and totally bitch-made on Hasan's behalf. Really just not a great showing from either of these two gentlemen. And also Hasan randomly brings up that Ludwig never spoke about Nick Merckx. What does that have to do with anything? Unless there's something else that happened with Nick Merckx that I don't know about, Hasan is basically complaining that Ludwig didn't criticize Nick Merckx' like Twitter takes. Nick Merckx was saying like he doesn't want an LGBT themed curriculum in schools, which is A, unrelated, and B, what do you want him to say? Do you want Ludwig to make a video parroting all of the progressive talking points that you espouse on your stream? Does Hasan just want to get up in the morning and then react to videos saying things that he says himself? Get up in the morning, roll out of bed, go on a live stream and just watch videos that say things you completely and unequivocally agree with until you go back to bed. What a pathetic way to live life, actually, I think. So today we get to talk about Hasan. Okay, I say we get to talk about Hasan. It's more like we have to talk about Hasan. There's some screenshots that have been leaked of him. There's an awkward interaction he had with a fan recently. Two big stories that I want to discuss today with you guys. But before we do, please be sure to leave a like on this video. Make that like button and that subscribe button your Valentines for Valentine's Day. Wife them up, wine and dine them, and then smash them. That was graphic, dude. I'm sorry. Anyway, Hasan recently had a bunch of Discord screenshots leaked where he's complaining about his declining viewership, about the state of his community, and overall how his career is currently in like the worst state it's ever been. Okay, so we have a message collage here from Hasan Abi. So the first one says, "I'm so sad. I think the streams are bangers, but people just don't see them." Dude, I think people see that you're streaming. Nobody wants to watch. This is like the clearly strung out homeless guy asking for money, and at the end of the day, he has no money, and he's like, oh, I guess people just didn't see me begging. No, we did see you. We chose to ignore you. I go on Twitch every now and then to see a Jinxie stream, and I do see Hasan is live. I don't watch it. A lot of people just don't watch it. And like, forget the politics. You know, obviously this guy's politics are brain dead. He has very little to offer in terms of political insight.
I'll change this every day to Ukraine has still not been invaded by Russia. Every day.
as an entertainer, he's just weak. I mean, the kind of camera presence he provides, the kind of live entertainment that you're supposed to get from a Twitch stream, you can't get from Hasan Abi. I am more entertained by a 24/7 fireplace live stream on YouTube than I am a Hasan Abi live stream. The 30 seconds of animated looped footage on the Lo-Fi Girl Beats to Study To stream is enough for me. Hasan, not quite. The next one says, we used to be a community. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess he just kind of like destroyed his audience by becoming too radical.
America deserved 9/11, dude.
Like sometimes I'll pop into a Destiny stream and I'll see a donation that says something like, oh, I used to be a Hasan viewer, thank God I escaped, or thank God I grew out of it. One thing that I do respect Destiny for is that he doesn't seem to play into this partisanship where if the left says something, he agrees almost always. Obviously, he has plenty of flaws, and I'm not here to glaze the guy, but I mean, Hasan is way more partisan than most other streamers. Like, if something is left-wing, Hasan 100% almost always agrees with it. He doesn't take the time to fact-check, to do research, to see what the other side is saying, or to give them an honest, charitable listen. His role at this point in time in online politics is taking the most extreme left-wing position that's espoused on Twitter or something like that, and parroting it to his large audience and getting his chat riled up to agree with him and freaking out over people who disagree. That's sort of what he does now. I hate what my community is becoming. That's a very interesting way to blame your community for changing and not you for changing the audience that watches your stuff. Like, dude, as an audience, the people that will watch your stuff agree with you the most. If you're gonna say my fans suck, maybe you just suck. He's basically saying he hates the community of people that watch his content. He hates his own viewers. I swear, Twitch streaming isn't about the actual content, it's about whether people want to pay attention to you or not, and clout. All that shit was a banger, and 13K watched like I'm fucking gaming at 8 p.m. I'm done. I hate this job. I'm not streaming today. I'm going to off myself. Okay, so the theme of this message collage is that he hates what his community has become, he's upset with the current state of his fan base, etc., right? Now, what happens when we literally see a current member of Hasan's new fan base interact with him in person? Well, it looks something like this.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much. I'm sorry, I forgot to say you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream.
Why?
It's boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff. Please, Hasan. At least pretend. Do it off stream. Please.
Okay, I'll put it in a glass. Is Pepsi okay?
No.
Is it?
No soda, Hasan.
I didn't know it was like that.
I'm trying to stop it. He's
So this girl sprints up to Hasan so fast, like really just like in the middle of the street, like it's urgent for her, right? All to say that he should stop drinking Coke Zero because apparently they have to boycott Coke products in order to support a country whose name I don't think I can say on YouTube right now without getting demonetized. She basically says stop drinking Coke products because it's boycott season. And then he's like, can I put it in a glass? And then she's like, no. And then she says something quite funny to me. She's like, at least drink it off stream. It's like, okay, well then nothing's even being boycotted. He's just virtue signaling. I found that so funny. She's like, okay, well if you are going to drink it, still drink it. It doesn't matter if you actually do it at the end of the day because, you know, my morality is not actually, you know, real and firm. I don't have a strong moral foundation. It really is just how people perceive me. But you have to imagine this is the most funny timing for this to take place. Hasan is doing an IRL stream in Australia. And after these messages get leaked of him saying, I hate what my community has become. I think everyone who watches me now is cringe. He literally has an interaction with one of his fans where she runs up to him and basically says, hey, yeah, just virtue signal more. Please virtue signal harder. This should just show you that the entire strategy of Hasan right now is resulting in fans exactly that you would expect. Like I said, his strategy is finding the most outlandish leftist position and parroting it. No matter what, no matter if it actually is true, no matter if it makes sense, whatever. It's just about looking good. It's about the optics of being a strong communist, right? And then in reality, that's the kind of fans he ends up with. People who only care about looking like a leftist, a progressive. People who their biggest priority in life is making sure they can't be seen with products that are being, quote, boycotted. This is the same breed of people that after the passing of George Floyd decided to post black squares on their Instagram in order to tell everybody who follows them that they like don't like racism. Whoa! You hate racism? No way, me too. We should talk about it. We should post about how we don't like racism. And like that's like our thing. Like we don't like racism and everyone should know about. I think another big reason why he might hate what his community is becoming is because a large part of the community that he had formed was because of his friendship and podcast that he had with Ethan Klein. Now, Ethan Klein, well, you know, he's cringe, whatever, he's washed up. His audience, I wouldn't say is crazy. You know, H3H3, his audience isn't known to be psychopathic or like, you know, nutty leftists or anything like that. Surely they're liberal, you know, maybe even far left, but they're not like this insane communist type like Hasan fosters. And so I think around the time that Ethan Klein and Hasan stopped doing their podcast and they had their split and they no longer did their show, I think a large part of Hasan's audience realized how reasonable like Ethan is and how maybe unreasonable and too extreme Hasan is for their liking, and perhaps stopped watching him. So the ones that sticked around, you know, just became farther and farther radicalized by Hasan. Hasan also complains that his viewership on Twitch is low when he does things outside of drama or politics, which is something that I actually experience too. Whenever I do something that isn't drama when I'm streaming, my views go down. Now, Hasan is like upset / surprised by this, as, you know, reflected in the Discord messages. I actually totally get it, and it makes a lot of sense to me, and I'm fine with it. The reason that people watch me is because they like my commentary on drama, situations, stories, whatever, right? So when I'm live and I'm not doing those things, maybe I'm gaming or maybe I'm doing something that's not what they would expect, they're not gonna watch it, which is fine, you know? If you watch a fitness YouTuber who gives dieting tips and then you click on his stream and he's doing stand-up comedy, okay, well that's not what you expected, right? So you're not gonna watch it. Maybe you don't expect him to be funny, you know, whatever. It's not what you're tuning in for. Hasan is obviously gonna have that same problem. When he's playing Valorant, most of his community is there to watch him talk about politics, so they're just not gonna watch it. But also, the audacity too to complain about 13,000 people not being enough. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Normally I get like 30,000 people watching me complain about politics, and now I have 13,000 while I'm playing video games. I think this guy does forget how lucky he is to be in the position that he's in. Like, obviously as you grow as a creator and you become more popular and famous, your standards and expectations adjust accordingly, so, you know, maybe 13K is super disappointing for him, but for most streamers, that's huge. There's a lot of streamers I watch that are famous that get like 2,000 viewers per. I think Hasan should enter a rebuilding stage of his career where he focuses on getting kind of a newer audience that will watch him when he does politics, but will watch him when he does gaming, and maybe is less extreme than his current audience, because right now they're so extreme that they only want politics and they only want the crazy talking points. They can't do anything besides watch that, you know, they can't do Valorant chill, you know, hear someone say something moderate. That's just sort of where their heads is at. So I think if Hasan spent the next month or so trying to rebuild a different sort of audience, that could benefit him a lot. Today we're reacting to Hasan is unironically stupid and should quit politics by Willie Mac Show. Hasan has been on my radar for like a year at this point, and ever since I discovered him, I always kind of considered him to be somebody with little knowledge on the topics that he speaks about, which is fine. Like, you don't have to know much about anything to live in this world. Like, that's really my philosophy. I don't think you need to be smart. Some people are just stupid. That doesn't mean they're bad people, but they just are stupid. Hasan, I think, is one of these people that is stupid, but also bad. And today we're gonna go over why he is both of those things. With this video, Hasan is unironically stupid because, honestly, Willie Mac Show nails it. But before we get into this, of course, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Subscribing is really key. Only 30% of the people that actually watch these videos are subscribed. So let's get those numbers up, and yeah, let's take a look.
Hasan is the biggest political streamer on Twitch.
America deserved 9/11, dude. We fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
Whoa! Whoa! Slow down there, bud. What do you mean? America deserved 9/11? What? I don't know. Listen, man. I think usually in politics there's like two sides to certain issues. The fuck is the second side on this issue? Are you like an actual terrorist? Like, in my opinion, this is a one-sided issue. Was 9/11 deserved? I kind of tend to fall on the side of no, I don't think we deserved a terrorist attack. But anyway, I guess this guy does.
We fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
He's a socialist who routinely criticizes the rich while spending money on extravagant luxuries of his own.
La, 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 wait till I get my...
Who the fuck wears a mask while driving a car? Can I just like rant for a second? If you do this shit, you are so stupid. Let alone in 2022. Like, hey, listen, if your wife or something is gonna die of cancer if you don't wear a mask near her, okay, fine. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna judge you. But generally, bro, you don't need to be wearing that thing over your face. You look goofy, or you look like a robber.
I'm money, right?
He owns a $200,000 luxury Porsche, living in a $3 million luxury home.
Socialist, by the way. I know people think that you can be a socialist and still own things that are really, really nice, but like, you're not an authentic one. I feel like real socialists who can actually relate to what they're believing in are people that are somewhere below the poverty line or lower middle class, who genuinely think that having economic resources redistributed to them from rich people could drastically improve their life. Hasan, however, is rich as shit. He's loaded to the point where he's spending 200 grand on a car. So I think he's just preaching to people who actually wish they were rich.
When people confront him or offer solutions on how to go about in the future, like pausing the video when he's not there, or giving proper credit to the creator while reacting, he dismisses it, using over-the-top exaggerations to make the concession seem unreasonable.
Dude, what am I supposed to do? Die? Like, I don't understand.
Yes, die. That is clearly what that comment is demanding of you.
Why are Twitch streamers so fucking childish, man? You get asked to pause a video that you are making money off of watching live, and your response is, what do you want me to do? Die of cancer? No, Hasan, we just want you to pause the video while you're not reacting to it. Not a big ask. Like, someone put the work into a video to upload to YouTube to get a decent amount of views, hopefully. And as a Twitch streamer, all you have to do is sit in your chair and watch the video with other people watching it with you to make money. Literally, the least that you could do is A, give credit to the person whose video you're mindlessly watching, and B, when you're not in the room, don't just let it play. Like, how is it even possible to make excuses for that level of laziness?
Why are you fucking clipping wrong information then? If that's the case, then fuck you, dude. Don't make me DMCA your bitch asses.
Bro, you are not cool. Don't make me DMCA your bitch ass. Like, that, you're just trying to make being a Karen sound cool. Yeah, I'll DMCA you, bro. It's like, okay, aren't you rich as hell? Why do you care if some people that are trying to make money off your clips are making you look bad to some extent? It would be one thing if they were making videos, like, randomly being like, I feel like Hasan's actually kind of stupid, but they're not doing that, bro. The only reason they're quote-unquote making you look bad is because you say dumbass shit that when it's clipped looks really dumb. And these people do it sometimes. It's your fault, Brody.
So where did we leave off? Oh yeah, Hasan.
What is that laugh?
Hasan is a political streamer, the most popular by far. And look, I'm not someone who claims to be very knowledgeable about politics, but even to me, it seems like he has some pretty crazy takes.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier?
I love how this guy's trying to seem so tough, talking his shit to his chat, when in reality, all he's doing is sitting in his cozy apartment, shitting on an actual United States veteran. Like, you're pathetic. You're a monkey.
Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked by a brave soldier?
By a brave soldier? Bro, you need to go to combat and then complain about veterans. See how easy it is for you to do it. Oh wait, you won't be able to because these people do things that you couldn't possibly think of doing. Now, I'm not claiming to say that I could think about what they're possibly doing. Bro, I make YouTube videos too. But yet again, I'm also not sitting here shitting on the people that have served for our country. Bro, I'm not some like veteran simp, but I hate these fucking people that live the easiest lives. Like, they live life on easy mode to the max. Like Hasan, who just sit there and speak, trying to act tough and disrespecting people who actually do have it hard.
Yeah, Hasan sounds like a very reasonable guy, somebody I definitely would want to run the world. His pitch for a more civilized utopia sounds amazing.
I am an advocate, and I am of the mindset that civilized countries allow its citizens to fucking brawl with cops.
Yes, this sounds very civilized.
Is that a real take? I am of the belief that civilized countries allow their citizens to brawl with cops. Like, is that a joke? You want people to fight with the police in your civilized society? That makes no sense. Yet again, that is a take so insane and so disconnected from reality that you would only hear from somebody in the top 1% or the top 0.1% like Hasan.
If you can't already tell, Hasan likes to take some polarizing stances on things, where he will talk about his opinion as if it is the only acceptable take. This gets him into some sticky situations at times. When US intelligence said that Russia's invasion of the Ukraine was imminent, Hasan was skeptical.
What's up, folks? I'm live and alive, and we got a lot to talk about. I was right about Ukraine. That's right. War is not imminent. Oh, shocked to find out. Anyway, we're going to talk about that and a bunch of other stuff, so get in now.
But honestly, saying Hasan was skeptical is completely underselling his verbiage. You would have thought he had his own intelligence agency feeding him information with how confident he sounded.
I think maybe I'll tell my editors to do this, but I think I'll just change I'll change this every day to Ukraine has still not been invaded by Russia.
I love how this guy is literally like in the richest echelon of American economic status, that it's affected his brain so much that he actually believes that he can get into the mind of Vladimir Putin and determine whether or not he's going to invade Ukraine. You are a Twitch streamer with a fucking Legend of Zelda shield in your backdrop. You don't know a thing about international affairs. You have actual retards in your chat saying that you're knowledgeable because they find you attractive, when in reality, you actually add nothing to the conversation of value. You think, well, well, I don't think Russia's going to get invaded by Ukraine. And then what, like a couple days later you get proven wrong? You aren't smart, Hasan. You are stupid is the word that I would use.
Change it to Russia still has yet to invade Ukraine. And it's like day 11 at this point, you know what I mean?
He says that like it means something. What, is he complaining that they're late? Guys, it's been 11 days. What more proof do we need? They'll never invade. 11 days? Too long. He was posting J-Station memes, making fun of people who were worried about imminent war, and when Russia finally did it, making his coverage look utterly ridiculous, you'd think he'd apologize for going about things so arrogantly. And to be fair, he kind of did. The video was titled, "I was wrong about Ukraine." So does he actually admit that he got stuff wrong? Yeah, I mean, he's got little choice, but in the same video, he simultaneously continues to make claims about the conflict that he has no way of knowing about.
Again, this is him thinking that he knows what is going on in the world. Dude, you literally don't. Like, I know you watch the news and I know you watch what's trending on Twitter, so you think you have some sort of scope as to the general topics that are being discussed in the media, but your insight is just useless. At the end of the day, people forget Hasan is just some fucking guy who has an opinion. People think that because he has a large viewership and a large following, that to some extent his opinion is more valid than others, which is, I think, dumb. People see all that clout that he has and take it as some sort of authority bias and just hear what he says and digest it as fact, even though it's just not.
You feeling bad about the Crimean annexation does not change the reality of the Crimean annexation being a completely justifiable fucking act by the Russian government, okay? So that's it. That's fine. And Hitler invaded countries based on Germanic ties at first? Yeah, dude. Talk to me when he's fucking throwing Ukrainians in a fucking... What are you talking about? Talk to me when he's throwing Ukrainians at a concentration camp, okay? Hitler wasn't fucking bad because he decided to invade Austria. He was bad because he was fucking killing Jews, okay? That was the problem. He wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking annex territory.
I don't know why this guy actually gets so mad in real life over just like actual teenagers typing Putin like Hitler in your live chat. Hasan, are you really getting mad at your audience, which by now you should know has a total IQ of 3.5? I love how he's actually like realizing how dumb his audience is, and it's making him so mad. But I don't think he understands that the same people that piss him off with their retardation are the reason that he's like famous in the first place.
If you can't tell, Hasan is very stubborn. He likes to argue, so he often gets caught up on weird, seemingly insignificant things. You see, cracker is a really important word to Hasan. He's spent an awkward amount of time trying to explain why it's a cool word to use.
Slur, cracker is not a slur, cracker is not a slur, cracker is not a slur. Sussy.
Is it? Is it not?
It's not.
It's not?
No, of course not. Cracker is...
The way you said it so loud.
Cracker is, has, even in its etymology, it's something I've talked about so many times too, because it's like, white boys love fucking saying like, cracker is the same as the N-word, cracker is the same as the N-word, right? It's really stupid. It's not like, the etymology of the word is different. Like, cracker means literally whip cracker. It comes from whip cracker. So the power still... is in the hands of the white person in that situation.
It's true. Us white people, we love being called crackers. I feel completely empowered by it. Jokes aside, Hasan would use the word in a way at times that could be interpreted as hateful.
Did I say, oh my God, saltine cracker? Like, people are just bitter because it's saltine cracker. That's not what I said, you dumb cracker bitch.
I don't understand why you would feel the need to say that. Like, there's no, like, if you really don't like this person and you think that cracker is a perfectly fine word to say, why would you then use it in an insulting way in which you feel very powerful using it? Like, you dumb cracker. It's like, really? So the dumb cracker, I thought you thought that word meant nothing. I thought that you don't think that it's important, that it's not a slur. Then why do you feel so enraged when you say it? Because you think that there's like a bigger oomph to it, right? So you do understand that it has an impact. So why are you lying, Hasan?
I just think his logic is hilariously bad. This tweet of his is one of my all-time favorites. Absolutely insane. Twitch banned 2 of my mods for using the word cracker. One is black and the other one is brown. Does Twitch actually believe cracker is a slur?
That makes it worse. What? I know you think that you're trying to get W's by adding minorities, but if they're using it against a race that they're not part of, that makes it worse. Like the same way that people think that when you're white, using the N-word is worse than when you use it as a black person. Now, I don't don't think saying cracker as a brown person is as bad as a white person saying the N-word, but it still doesn't make it any better.
What is the logic behind pointing out that they're black and brown? I feel like that makes it worse. Like if they were two white guys, I get it.
I'm gonna be honest, quick pause here. Willie Mack Show's head kind of looks like his pop filter. It's like the same shape.
What do you think about the word cracker?
The what?
The word cracker.
What do I think about the word cracker?
Two of my moms got...
Who the fuck has conversations like this? Like, this is a real life grown man in a car with his friend asking, oh, what do you think about the word cracker? Should you say it? Should you say it? I think it's epic when I say it. My chat says PogChamp. I have brain damage.
The what?
The word cracker.
What do I think about the word cracker?
Two of my moms got banned for saying cracker yesterday in a sequence of like 3 minutes.
I don't use it personally.
Oh.
You hear that sound? Oh, you don't use it personally? Kill yourself! I can't say that, can't say that. Hasan, I mean love yourself. Love yourself with all your heart because that's what God would want you to do.
I don't use it personally.
Oh.
I'd rather describe people with things that aren't just broad stroke derogatory terms.
See, now Myth is making a actual point. How does Hasan respond?
Just broad stroke derogatory terms based off the color of their skin.
Pokemon had to bait him into talking about something else.
He doesn't.
Bait him into talking about something else because he was getting so riled up about it.
I've been a sub to Hasan for more than 2 years, but it's about time the community's bubble got popped. The whole you can't be racist towards X group argument isn't perceived well in the real world where we actually live in the struggle. Bro,
this is like a different day, completely new outfit, and this dude's still trying to convince people that cracker is a great word to use. I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually care if you use cracker, but you can't have a double standard for other slurs. Like, I want to say retard.
Have you seen this one video on YouTube?
No, this person
No,
has literally never been around black people.
Video. I promise you.
I'm sure, Hasan. You live alone in a mansion in a rich area that's probably like 98% white. What the fuck do you know about interacting with real black people besides myth?
On the bong and the dope, I'm on his bomb. I'm smoking that Viacom.
I've already touched on Hasan's lack of understanding when it comes to copyright. He will play other people's videos on stream when he's not even in the room. He does this so often, people are able to make 45-minute compilations of his chair.
Oh my god, 45 minutes of just his chair is insane to me.
Hasan, in usual fashion, will be quick to dismiss the point entirely, using some of the most brain-dead logic I've ever heard.
On him, how is it any different than him just watching a YouTube video off stream? It just rubs me the wrong way.
Why does he read comments like that? You can enunciate the different words in the fucking paragraph.
It just rubs me the wrong way. Like, how do you think of your viewers to just stream your break? Dude, what am I supposed to do? Die? Like,
shut up! Nobody wants you to die. Well, nah, nobody wants you to die, I don't think. I mean, yeah, there's probably some people who, like, actually want this guy to, like, die IRL, but that's, you know, people are weird.
You could leave a sign saying, gone for a dump, back in 5, or could just give credit where it's due and actually react while he's in the room. Doesn't seem like a lot to ask. These motherfuckers are like, dude, pee in a bottle, dude.
What? Nobody said that. They're just asking you to give credit to a video. Why do you have to extrapolate that you're being asked a hard thing to do? Okay, thanks, Hasan.